Hello and welcome to the ADLR Podcast, episode 132. This week we have Raya and the Last Dragon. We got WandaVision. Brian got to play more play more Skullgirls. There's too many R's there, that's why it threw me off. And more. And we are here this fabulous Monday, chilly night/afternoon. It's getting nice and chilly here, Kelsey. You'd love it. Has it been getting colder up there as well?
I'm talking with Kevin. Kevin, so real quick, one of the rarest items in the game for Path of Exile is called the Mirror of Kalandra.
That sounds epic.
What it does is it allows you to copy an item. And so what you do
is the fuck?
Yeah,
like just straight carbon copy?
Yes.
Oh shit.
So what you do is you use it on something that is the best shit in the game. Somebody created one of the greatest axes in the game.
Uh-huh.
It had over 1,600 physical DPS, which the average axe has 500 or 600 DPS, so almost 3 times the average amount.
Uh-huh.
And he sent me a clip of him turning in. There's 2 ways to get the mirror. One is to randomly find it, which if you do, you're a fucking god and fuck you. And 2, the other way to get it is to turn in a set of divination cards that are specifically for the mirror. And Kevin sent me a clip of him turning in the cards to get a mirror, and so he finally was able to get a mirror.
Nice.
So Adam and I have been playing this game basically since beta, and we've never seen a mirror drop.
And then this fucker comes in.
Right?
You hate to see it.
I've only got 2,000 hours.
Uh-huh.
Let me see how many hours I got into this. Kevin's got way more than I do. And a couple other friends have way more than I do. So I have 2,092 hours into the game. Kevin, I think, has 6,000 hours into the game. And Adam he may not have as much anymore. But we've never physically seen a mirror just drop.
Oh my god. He must have shot himself.
Yeah, he was super excited.
That's cool. All right. What were we talking about before this?
I think you were asking me a question, and I was freaking out about the fact that he was getting a mirror.
Oh, it was just the weather. It was the small talk opening here. It's getting a little chilly here, so I was wondering if you guys are getting the same thing.
It was cold this weekend, but it was relatively warm today.
Gotcha.
Let's see what the temperature is out right now.
Real time.
It is 48.
Hey, that's not cold?
That's not cold for me.
Okay, then our scales are vastly different. Because 48, if I step outside in Florida and it's 48, pop them. I can cut adamantium with the nips, you know? Anywho. Oh man. How's everybody's weekend? I had the craziest fucking do nothing but play Borderlands 3 and Wolfenstein, and that's it.
Yeah, we really didn't do much. I went to a knife defense seminar on Saturday. That was fun.
I thought he was gonna say nightclub.
Yeah. When he started
with the knife defense nightclub, yeah. To get in, you have to disarm the guy that's coming at you. So.
Okay. How'd that go?
It was fun. So he's actually doing the seminars. There's 4 of them. I don't remember. I think the first one was gun. Second one is knife. Third is bat, and I forget what the 4th one's going to be. But his business partner Will, this is going to get kind of dark. His business partner Will was recently diagnosed with a rare form of leukemia, and it doesn't seem to be going very well.
Okay.
But he is doing these. He is doing these as a fundraiser to help pay down some of Will's bills. Because,
Gotcha.
Our medical system is fucked and is ridiculous that
Mhm.
if you don't have money, you just kind of have to die. And that's just the way it is. So he's doing these seminars to help raise money and awareness and things for Will and help pay down some of his bills. So I went to
Okay.
that one because I missed the first one. Sadly, I missed the gun defense, Brian. I'm sorry. I won't talk to you anymore.
Well, I mean, that just makes it easier for him to assault you with a gun because you have no defense for it.
At
Exactly.
this point, dude, just lose my number.
But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Got to learn how to defend against that. My partner was a woman who was Shannon's size or Brian's size, I guess, and so anytime she wanted to do like the defense or do the attack to me, I had to like get on my knees and start from there. But it was very realistic for me to do it to her because she's like down here. So realistically, if I was attacking her, that would kind of be how it would go.
Gotcha. But if it was a knife, that makes sense. But gun, you have no defense for it now.
I guess not. No.
That's that's pretty cool. Brian, you do anything sexy this weekend?
He's sexy every weekend.
I think he's
also
muted.
I was muted. Sorry, I muted. 'cause
Jesus.
I was eating the nuts.
I appreciate
don't
it.
want to interrupt them with this.
With nuts.
Yeah,
I was
Okay.
really kind of hoping he had like the bag and just like on stream he just goes and then he mutes and then he starts eating.
Yeah, tantalized my hands in some schoolgirls. I was trying to finish season 4 of
Breaking
Better
Call.
Ball, and,
Breaking Call Saul is what I was gonna say.
You're not WandaVision. I wanted to start it, but you know how Plex is just disrespecting me.
Yeah, it's been going through some shit
You know
recently.
what
So
pissed me off this whole week, not respecting me.
yeah,
Friday, I watched like 3 episodes of 3 different shows in a whole movie on Plex.
what the hell? It's hit or miss. Like it's going maintenance right now. So switching out storage units and stuff. So that's why it's the way it is.
Ba-doo-doo.
Yeah, pretty much. ASMR podcast. Hey, opening nut bags. Please don't, Brian. I hate it. I can't ASMR that. It just crunches everywhere. No, I'm good. I'm good on that. Oof, Randall. Besides checking for firmware updates on your phone, what have you been doing?
There's plenty of fish going.
Gym.
Nice.
Art. Started playing Spider-Man again.
Miles Morales or 4? The PS4 one. Miles Morales, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You still enjoying it, or is it you going back to it? You're like bored.
No, I was never bored. I was just I've been trying to milk it because I don't want it to end.
Mm-hmm. But it will never end. You just replay it.
Well, I usually like do everything in one shot when I play a game.
Yeah.
So there's the replay value is like, unless there's DLC, there's literally nothing for me to do because I usually do all the side missions.
I don't think they've announced DLC for it, so maybe late in the future.
I was watching Superman, Man of Steel.
Oh, wow. You trying to catch up to when the movie comes out next week?
Nah, I just felt like watching it. I don't know.
How does it? What's your? Is that your first time watching? Second? I'm not first time. Is that your second or third time watching, or have you watched like 9 times already?
It's probably my third time seeing it.
Getting any better as you watch it, or worse, or just the same?
I have a newfound respect for Clark when he was younger. Because there's been so many times people was trying him, and it takes a lot
to not just deck some guy in the mouth, especially when you're superhuman.
Yeah, like it. Just looking at it, I was getting a little I was balling my fist and I didn't even notice.
You're like, motherfucker, if I was Superman, you'd be dead.
Yeah, but
he'd be the actual version of was it where he shoves his hand through Joker's chest?
Yeah, he'd be he'd be Lois dying. He'd be Injustice Superman.
Or he could be every fucking villain in JoJo treating my character like that.
That's also true.
So, yeah.
Are you interested in watching that TV show that came out? Superman and Lois? It takes place like years
I don't like the way Superman looks.
Oh, on the CW show?
That's the one you're talking about, right?
I think it's on the CW.
It's like he has 2 kids.
Yeah, this is after like years of him being Superman. Now he has the kids. Not even.
I don't. It's kind of biased to say, but I mean, we all have our
favorite actors
favorites.
for and it's Henry. Like
if it ain't Henry Cavill, then I'm not too interested.
Gotcha.
Because I feel like he's the best Superman since Christopher Reeves. No disrespect to Brandon Routh, but I feel like he's Superman.
Yeah, he's Superman. That's it. Do you have the same one for Batman?
For me, Batman goes Michael Keaton.
Okay, I was not expecting that.
And
actually, hold on. Let me back up.
George Clooney clearly number 1.
Your favorite Bruce Wayne and your favorite Batman, because different actors do different ones better than the other, in my opinion.
I don't know. I don't know if maybe it's because I grew up watching him. Maybe it's a nostalgic thing, but I like Michael Keaton's Batman. This resonates like a special part.
Okay.
Like a special space in my heart. I don't know. Like I just love that Batman.
Okay.
I don't know if I can right now, like off the cuff, say which one I think is the best Batman and the best Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
I definitely like what's his name? Ben Affleck's Batman. Yeah, I like his Batman. I don't really know if I like his Bruce Wayne that much. I would have to go back and revisit some of the movies to be able to make a good decision, but I don't know, man. But I was gonna say though, like my best Batmans are Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck.
Okay.
I didn't see the other ones though. The only other ones I did see was
You didn't see George Clooney one?
No.
Oh, you're missing out on that movie.
So the ones that I saw was Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, and what is his name?
Dark Knight, Christian Bale's.
Christian Bale's.
You're missing out on I think it's Batman Forever,
heard
right?
The other ones were trash.
The George Clooney one is like funny bad. Like
and didn't Val Kilmer like play as Batman?
Val Kilmer, was
I heard
another
that
one.
was trash too. So I haven't seen any of those.
I recommend. I've loved all of them. I'm gonna be honest. Like all of them are amazing in their own right, for one reason or another.
I'd recommend watching Batman Forever.
And then I heard that one of them had the suit had nipples.
The George Clooney one. It's fantastic.
Nah.
You need to watch that. It's like funny bad. I'd highly recommend watching Batman. I think it's Batman Forever or Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. It's Batman and Robin.
I like George Clooney as Bruce because he actually looks like he's made of money, unlike everyone else.
I think you guys are forgetting the greatest Batman of all times.
Adam West.
Yes.
I don't forget him. He's just on his league. He's like his own league. Those classic Batman. That's him. That is him. You know. But then after you get to the modern, like Adam West, you got the props, but you know.
Nah.
He did the best as a comic, like a over the top comic version with the zap and the boom, and I'm like, okay, that's very comic book like. So there's that.
Only thing I liked from that era was the Batmobile.
Really, I didn't like that the Batmobile.
I mean, I thought it looked cool. It's not like my favorite Batmobile.
Oh, okay.
My favorite Batmobile is from
It's gonna be the one from Dark Knight series, the Tumbler.
No, heck no.
Oh, I thought you okay. I think
No,
like the
my favorite Batmobile is from
Animated
the Arkham Knight.
Oh, okay.
The Arkham Knight series. Arkham Knight and Arkham City and what was the last one?
Arkham Knight.
It was Arkham Knight. Was it 3 of them?
It's Asylum, City, Knight, and then the prequel one was Origins. Is it Origins? Or am I making
Yeah, it's
that up?
Origins.
Okay.
That's when he fights
Deathstroke.
But the Batmobile from that game is, I love that.
Nice. I know what to get you for your birthday. Yeah.
I would get pulled over immediately.
Yeah, you would. Absolutely, those are facts.
Somebody really made that car.
They did?
Yeah.
It worked like drivable?
Yeah.
Oh, send me the link. I want to see it. I have to check it out after this. Like, does it have the fire coming out of the back too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yep, they built it from the ground up and it's drivable.
But
I don't know if it's fast.
But does it transform to tank mode too or no?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I don't know if they showed it in the video, so that'd be crazy.
No. I don't even think that it has the seats in the back either. I just think you can only drive in the front.
Gotcha. I guess he tried to make it as aesthetically similar to the movie. All right. Well, now that we're talking about superheroes and superhero stuff, we should jump into WandaVision.
Is this going to contain spoilers? Because I do want to watch WandaVision. I just have not had time.
This will
so
mostly
I need to take my headphones off.
Everyone watching, if you do not want spoilers, take off your headphones, mute this. We'll come back later. Randall.
I almost feel like when we do these reviews, that's something we can talk about offline.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Now it's time. Well, I mean, now we have full spoilers here. So where do you want to start here? We both watched it.
Okay, why didn't you like it?
The things I didn't like about it.
So overall, you thought it was okay?
I thought it was fine.
Would you say you liked it or you didn't like it overall?
I can go with it or without it. Like this was that's one of my pet peeves with it. It seemed like it was more fan service, and the whole series was just to get her the book.
Okay.
Where episode 8, when Agnes reveals who she is, I think it was, could have happened literally on the 3rd episode. Because 1, we didn't know that she was a thing happening.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was as weird as possible. Everything was focused on Wanda, so they can write whatever the hell they want, which is exactly what they did throughout the series. It was, hey, something weird's happening, but what's happening? It's just weird. Next episode, still weird. No answers. Oh, his brother. Fan service. You guys like what we did there, right? Not real. We just did it for fucks. For fucks only. He's not really coming back. Oh, and Vision. He's not really coming back. Except that new. I mean, that clone. I guess he is, but not because. Mm-hmm. Which another pet peeve. That fight was like
pointless.
It ended up being like an anime ending where remember who you are, and that fucker just left. Like what?
Yeah, I was. I said,
why did he just leave?
I said something about that online. I was like, if he gave him all his memories back, then he would remember how much he loved Wanda,
and he would stay to defend her.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why did he just bounce?
Yeah,
that was really weird.
I don't know.
Unless he's like, oh, I gotta go find myself, and like, oh, too much information overload. Your computer, bro. Like, I don't know. Again, a lot of it was aesthetically awesome with the switching between eras and stuff. It's just there was not a lot of progress moving through it was like 30-minute episodes, and you'll get like one or like a few minutes of progress of things happening. The rest is just like homages to whatever parody they're doing. Mm-hmm. So like the first 2 episodes was, what was it like?
I know Lucy they did Family Ties. I Love Lucy.
The Office / Modern Family, which like the latest one.
And I think one of them might have been the Brady Bunch.
Perhaps. And all of that was cool, but that was the majority of each episode. Was look how well we did this, like, nod to them with a little bits of, oh, that's weird. They don't explain anything until like literally the last 2 episodes where Agnes literally just. It's mostly her. Oh, everything that you thought was happening, it was me. When your brother was there, it was me. When this was there, it was me. When that happened, it was me. And I'm like, okay. It could have been anyone. They could have been like the neighbor, the black dude. They could have been like, oh, he was the witch. Mm-hmm. And nothing would have changed differently. I liked her. I thought there was going to be more about Agnes, like the beginning part where like she was getting set on fire and stuff. And then she got the powers. I'm like, oh, maybe we'll learn about her. No, that's all we got from her.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was just a witch. And then I guess she's been in hiding for who knows how long.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get that she saw her adult. What was the place they fought in Ultron?
Oh,
I forgot what it was. Fuck.
Sokovia.
The Sokovia. I think that's when she saw her for the first time. She's been waiting to get her after that. And then after Endgame, I'm guessing that's what happened. Or no, yeah, after Endgame, that's when she decided to
leave and go again.
Yeah, to go leave and make the house thing, which explains why she was at Westview, because Vision bought her a house. But there was no, I don't recall that line that he wrote was anywhere in the other like series. Like that would have been a cool tie-in. Like if he would have mentioned, "Oh, we're gonna buy a house together" or something.
Oh.
And then to have that be like, "Oh, that's right, he did say that." It was just, why is she here? Oh, just say Vision bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Since a lot of the stuff is always tied to something and it keeps going, this one felt like you're just gonna sit there and we're gonna tell you what is happening instead of you piecing together or you using history like the rest of the rest of the MCU has been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm like sitting there just waiting to see if anything was cool happening. And then I just kind of like, I didn't hate it, but I'm like, okay, I have to suspend my disbelief so far. I'm just watching at this point, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I do like her new outfit. That was dope.
Mm-hmm.
I like the new fit. But her fight with Agnes at the end was like, oh, besides the rune thing was clever because they mentioned it before, like, oh, anyone who's in here can't use a thing. That was clever. But the whole like beam battle or like what's it called? I'm like, that's not cool, bro.
I did not know she could teleport though.
Yeah, that's true. But like you were saying,
when she did that, I was I was like, oh,
Randall, like my new main.
Yo, I was impressed and surprised. I did not know she could do that. I mean, I know she could possibly move fast, but she literally just disappeared.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. And then she did the same thing she did to Tony and the rest of the Avengers, where she got in Agatha's mind.
Oh yeah.
And brought her back or whatever. Something told me that Agatha was gonna flip that jump too, because she always has a habit of like
having the upper hand. She'll play into it.
She plays like she's a victim, and then
she'll turn on you,
switch it real quick.
The same thing I thought as well. Another thing I didn't like is what's her name's daughter has powers, and they use it when it was convenient to save the kids, and we're not touching that anymore.
Oh yeah,
and I thought that was trash. Like you have 9 episodes. Some of them
you did watch the after credit scene, right?
I saw both of them. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, she's supposed to be in the next Captain Marvel movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she's supposed to be obviously working with Sword now, because I'm assuming the Skrulls talking about Nick Fury.
Yeah, because Sword is primarily supposed to be in space.
Yeah.
So it was weird in this show to see Sword on land.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's really weird.
True. Maybe it's because of how powerful Wanda is. I don't know.
That's what Shield's for. Shield is supposed to be for shit on land, and Sword is for outer space. Last I remember.
But the type of stuff she's dealing with is like she can go in between different dimensions, in and out of astral planes and stuff like that. Even though the physical fight is taking place on ground, like she's dealing with some next level stuff. You know what I mean? Like she's warping reality and stuff like that.
But that's another thing that bothered me. If she has, because Agnes said you have like the most powerful type of magic, you can make anything real, then why not just keep Vision? Why did he have to go? Why did the kids have to go?
I think they were tied to the hex. So if that, as long as the hex exists, they exist.
But then that's what I'm saying. She can now not. By the end of that episode, by the end of like episode 9, she's got it down. Besides the stuff in the book, But then later on, but by the time we get to the second end credit scene is her at that cabin, and she's going ham on that book. So she's learning shit. Like, I'm assuming this is why she crossed paths with Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
and
I think the reason why she's reading the Darkhold is so that she can do what you said, like and bring them back.
Okay. Because by the end of that episode, I'm like, why not just keep them? You know, you're powerful that you can't just have them there. So
I think at the point before she became Scarlet, like I think she had the ability, but she didn't have the knowledge on how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think once she reads the Darkhold, she's going to figure out how to do it,
unlock level 30.
Something's going to happen, because you hear them calling for her.
Yeah.
Before she closes the book. So I don't know what that's about.
This is Doctor Strange going, yo, what the fuck are you doing, Wanda?
Yeah. What shocked me is when they said that when Agatha was like, her powers go beyond the powers of
the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah. So which means
sense.
that she's stronger than him.
They should be. But
That's
then,
crazy.
but we don't know who Agnes knows as the Supreme.
Mm.
Because remember, that's changed hands. I don't know when Agnes knew about the Supreme, so she might think it's still the bald lady. Or Doctor Strange, I think, was stronger than her. I don't know if she mentioned that. Is that a thing? She didn't mention. Okay, so maybe
I would think though she would know that
who the latest, who the latest Supreme is. Yeah. That makes sense.
Because it's crazy how like all these powerful people show up after Thanos is gone.
Yeah.
So they had to know.
That makes sense.
Where were they at when all this was going on? That's the thing that's the only thing that bothers me about the MCU is that you have all these really powerful people that could like fix that situation, but nobody showed up. Where were they at? Especially if what he's doing threatens everyone.
Yeah.
Like you would think the most powerful beings would show up. Like Surfer would have definitely showed up. Galactus would have showed up.
Yeah,
I don't know. Well, then I don't know if
Galactus moves slowly.
I don't think the snap affects Galactus. I think there are beings that stuff like they're above that.
Yeah, but like you said, there should have been like all the witches and stuff should have been there.
Yeah.
But then that would require having that history. It only works in comics because by the time that was happening, that event was happening in the comics, they had a laundry list of superheroes to use.
Yeah.
The MCU is different because we're working with what we got. And granted, it's still a lot of characters that we still, like and all, but
overall, I liked it.
It was fine. I started it, hated it because I'm like, you are not respecting my time.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, I'm like, okay, it's not great, but it's not like I can still recommend it because it's flashy, like sitcom nods. The effects were actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
The acting was pretty good. And then once they started wrapping things up and telling you what things are happening, you're like, okay. Some stuff were like, okay, it felt like it was like, oh, we need to point it at someone. Oh, it was Agatha, and everything there you saw was Agatha. And I thought that was like, it makes sense. It's written sort of okay, kind of makes sense.
Well, in the comics, that's kind of how it works. That whole thing. She ends up teaching.
Yeah, but then why did she put her dormant? I was hoping when I knew about the stuff that again, this is a different universe, obviously, so things can go differently.
Mm-hmm.
So in the comic book era, which is 616 or whatever, I don't know what Earth we're living in MCU, but
mm-hmm.
if she's teaching her, that would have been a better way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like halfway through the season, that happens, and then she's like, "Oh, okay, I'm not gonna try to use it." Actually, started like teaching her in the minute. By the end of it, some other big baddie comes in, and she can use her Scarlet Witch powers to body him.
Yeah.
I think.
What's up?
Sorry to interrupt. Somebody in my chat says you couldn't snap Galactus. He existed in the universe before the modern universe. Wouldn't apply to Thanos' wish.
Gotcha. All right. There you go. That's
it. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of figured that he would be above that. What was I gonna say? I don't remember. Yeah, but I liked it. At no point did I ever feel like it was boring or whatever. I don't know. Maybe because
But you said you liked those sitcoms from the beginning, so you enjoyed that. I
wasn't like hardcore with them, but I'm familiar with the style. Like I've seen a couple of episodes from each sitcom.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, man. I think maybe I was just hung up on Wanda because I kept reminding myself like all the stuff that she's been through. And I sometimes not sometimes, but a lot of times when I watch stuff, I try to put myself in the position of the main character.
Uh-huh.
And like I ask myself like how would I cope with that? Or just try to relate to the character and what they're going through. So I was just thinking like she's man. She has been through a lot. Like she lost her parents, then she loses her brother, then she watches her man die twice. First she has to kill him, and then she watches him die.
Mm-hmm.
And then she loses him for the third time. Like that's insane, bro.
That's rough.
Yeah. But when she did change, like she became the full
Scarlet Witch, yeah.
It was kind of scary, man.
No, I was excited. I'm like, That to me should have happened earlier, so then we can see her like fully start trying new things in this thing, instead of waiting for the last like 2 episodes to just throw a bunch of, you know, like energy beams and stuff. And I'm like, okay, it's unfortunate.
One last thing I need to say is that I hope that they do more clever things when it comes to like energy fights, because like you said, that fight between her and Agatha was kind of
it just got boring. Like that's why I always praise stuff like Captain America in these MCU movies, because it's mano a mano fist, like CQC. That's impressive to watch no matter what, because it's martial arts in some way. But when it comes to magic and stuff, that's when I'm scared this is where the MCU is going to start looking corny, because the magic stuff they still haven't gotten it. Doctor Strange fight was good when it was the Infinity War, I think it was. That was dope. But the Doctor Strange movie,
because you can actually see the chess moves. Like he'll do something, Thanos will do something, he'll do something to change it. Yeah.
Like that was dope. Yeah. But that being said, the Doctor Strange movie was not dope. With the same fucking kaleidoscope shit happening every fucking fight, that was trash. But the fight between him and Thanos, that's the magic that needs to be happening. Where it's like, oh shit, I know what he did. He just Naruto'd his ass. He got like quadruple clones. They tried to strap, like all that stuff looked cool. It was easy to digest. You knew what was happening. And it was magic.
And her and Agatha was just shooting.
They were just like
plasma or whatever type of energy, chaos.
It was the boring parts of Dragon Ball Z when they're just throwing ki blasts and shit's exploding. And it's like, oh, that's not cool to watch, you know? Yeah. But that's just me. But I mean, all in all, it was fine. It started for me. This arc for me was, yo, fuck this show. To okay, it's all right. You know. So I mean, I'm still. It did its purpose. Now I'm excited to see what she does in Strange, because if she's gonna be in that, that has me more excited. Because multiverse, now she knows magic, and before she was just accidentally magic, you know. So that's exciting. And the new fit, she looks lit, you know. And I ain't trying to spit bars, Randall.
You notice how her outfit looks a lot like
A
Magneto's?
little bit, it does.
I know they probably did that because that's her father, but and that's another thing I'm wondering: are they ever going to find out? I mean, at least Quicksilver knows.
But that's not okay. Now we're to another thing that I didn't really like. They had that scene with her and their family in there, and then the thing explodes. That's first of all, that's the craziest jump scare I've ever had in my life. Because I'm like, oh, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
When the bomb first hit, I'm like, that I almost pissed myself.
Yeah.
That was crazy. But they needed that kind of thing throughout the show to show more of her past. Like that could have been a perfect like a driving thing, or like a driver to like, oh, this Magneto is her dad.
Yeah.
To confirm it. Now that you own X-Men, this was your chance to confirm X-Men from her past. To be like, oh, that my dad was Magneto or something, or like,
because somebody who doesn't have that knowledge, they will watch the show and see that scene and be like, oh, they're her parents right there.
Yeah,
not knowing that that's not Magneto.
Yeah,
at least they never said that was Magneto.
Exactly, and they're dead, so Magneto's not dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Like even something small, like, oh, those were your foster parents. Like the people at S.H.I.E.L.D. are sort of be like, yeah, those were your foster parents or something. Then people are like, whoa, what? Who's her real parents? And everybody who knows are going to be like, yeah, we know who her parents are. That would have been something like it's a small thing like that. But they just waited for the last second to be like, oh, here's some memories. Like that was the most entertaining part when Agnes was like going through her memories and stuff. I'm like, this is the meat that should have been throughout the show, instead of the second to last episode. You know?
Yeah, because you got to see a lot of like stuff you didn't get to see about her past,
and even in the present when we thought she went in there to get Vision.
Yeah,
she went there twice.
They made it look like she tore that place up, but it was not like that at all.
No, that was the first time she went. The beginning of the show, they only showed us the second time she went, when she took it out by aggression. But she went, that vision was her going there the first time and asking for him. Then she drove to the house. No,
she only went there once.
You're right.
Yeah, she went there once. She went to go feel him, and she was like, "I don't feel you anymore." And then she left or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought when I initially saw her like fabricating the house and him, I thought that she was transporting his body from
way over there
to here. But then I found out it was all like her power.
Yeah.
Like,
she just manifested him.
Yeah.
Because when we figured that out, like episode 3 when she can redo molecules and shit. So I like the second to last episode. That meat should have been spread throughout the season.
Yeah.
So I mean that episode alone, I'm like, okay, I'm starting to get this. I'm enjoying it because there's history here. There's lore being built, not just hey, we knew about 60s television shows. We get it right, and then the next episode's the same shit. And I'm like, bro, like
it's cool though that he did. Now that you mention it, that we found out why she went through all those different eras. It's because she was a fan of those shows when she was younger.
Which again, that would have been great if it was somehow sprinkled in.
Yeah.
Not everything. That second to last episode was just a bunch of like, oh, here's the information you need to really get the rest of this episode or the rest of the series. Sorry, and I'm like, yo, you could have done this a little more clever or like subtle, like leave breadcrumbs for that. But that's just the way I like to digest it anyway. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'll recommend it. When I first started this series, I was like, no, absolutely not. Here, yeah, give it a shot. It's fun. Especially if you're a fan of like old classic TVs, that they do a great homages to it. A little bit more backstory on Wanda. There's a new Vision, then we don't know what he just fucking left. So there's that. Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen do great performances. Spoilers: there's an X-Men in there that you might have seen before. Does a great performance as well. And that's about it for me. I mean, you recommend it, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I mean, like if I don't know, I think that if you've been watching all the movies,
that's
this
true.
far,
you might as well keep going.
Yeah,
it
all ties together.
Yeah,
it may not
right away, but by the end of it, you'll be like, oh, okay. So yeah, definitely. None of them are looking. Oh, come back to us. Come back. Brian's not even looking at the screen. Oh my god.
You look like he's doing his taxes in his head.
Brian's playing a fucking mobile game, I can tell. Bring it back. There you go. And look at Brian. Bring it back. Bring it back, Brian. Thank you. Yep, look, he was playing a fucking mobile game. I fucking knew it. This fucking kid, dude. Jesus. I was so scared Brian was never going to look up from his mobile game.
I was watching battle rap stuff.
Oh. I thought you were doing some mobile game shit. So that was WandaVision.
You were getting hugs in my chat. You getting hugs and love from Ozzy.
There you go.
Okay. Well, appreciate it. I closed your chat because I started seeing spoilers. I was like, I'm not going to read through those.
There were no spoilers.
Yeah, one magic and stuff.
Okay.
Don't look through it, Kelsey. Did you just go back to look through it?
I mean, I don't. Other than the one thing I said to you, I don't really say anything.
Okay, that's fair then. Don't worry about it. Go watch it. Again, it's no spoiler review here. I started off fucking hating it, and then I got to. It's fine. So I recommend it, especially if you've been watching the MCU up till now. It's fine.
A couple friends of mine have said the first couple of episodes, like you guys said, were like, okay, let's
move along. He enjoyed it. Yeah, he enjoyed it because it was like an homage to like classic TV shows. So
yeah, but then like episode 3 or 4 hit, then you were like, oh shit!
For me, it was episode like 7 or 8. So I had less patience for it than others did. So, but yeah. They're quick 20 to 30 minute episodes. Besides the last 2, I think were 40 and 50 minutes. Because there's a lot of stuff they dump on you. So there's that.
You think Winter Soldier Falcon is gonna be good?
I think so. They have great chemistry. Him and Bucky and
Sam.
And Sam. I would think so. And the Loki one, I'm sold. By the trailer of the Loki one, I'm sold.
That's going to be crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait.
They're in the Nexus.
Yeah.
That's
they show Loki in the new movie?
No, they're not in Wanda. Why'd Brian take off his headphones?
Because Randall spoils everything and he doesn't want to take any chances.
Oh.
It hasn't even come out. What am I going to spoil?
Yeah, I don't know what.
I don't think he realizes that you're talking about the movie with Hawk and whatever, Winter Soldier.
The TV shows are coming out later. We haven't seen those either. They're not in WandaVision. Brian, put your headphones back on. What is he doing? Can you explain to me why you put your headphones on? Off?
What? Just like the Loki trailer, and someone starts talking about something that probably potentially.
Oh, okay.
The Loki trailer.
Gotcha. Okay. So you just want to go in dead cold.
Literally been saying this for years.
You only been alive for months. No further questions.
Back in time.
So we'll move along from that. Yeah, the Loki one I'm looking forward to the most. Where do we go from here, though? We had a good strong open there. Oh, thank you, Kelsey. You played Loop Hero. I've talked to E-Man. He played it and he's loving it. So I want to know if you also loving it.
It is definitely a lot of fun. It's very much, just like Clicker Heroes, Dead Cells, Rogue Legacy. You go through it. You learn a little bit more every time you finish a loop or die, and then come back and go, okay, and then you get a little bit farther, and then as you unlock stuff, it makes it easier.
Yeah.
There is sort of like a story to it. I haven't really paid that much attention to it, but basically, like, there's this lich that has gone through and has tried to destroy the universe. All of the all the stars are gone, and things don't really exist for very long. You don't really have any memories other than like vague things.
Okay.
And you're slowly starting to piece things back together. It's definitely an interesting take. And like you find some more. You end up in this camp where you find more people that sort of remember things, but not really. But it's kind of like a new home for everybody. I really like it because you get there's different classes. You can unlock rogue. You start out as a warrior, and you can unlock a rogue and a necro, and maybe something else. I'm not sure. I haven't gone that far. But I have unlocked the necromancer. Each of them have their own fighting styles. They each can wear their own, type of gear. They have their own stats. As you unlock new, as you upgrade your camp, you unlock new cards that you can use to place around your world in each of the expedition loops, and they do different things. Like, some will give you health, some will give you attack speed, some will make it spawn other monsters, and then you can combine certain things together. Like if you put a what's an easy one? So if you put like a meadow card gives you 2 HP per day when the day resets, so you get health. And if you put it next to anything, it becomes a blooming meadow, and you get 3 HP. There's also ways to spawn like different monsters, because you can turn different squares into, harder things that are harder. Like one of them is you can put a village card down, which if you pass through a village, you gain health, and if you put a vampire mansion next to it, it turns into a ransacked village, which spawns 4 ghouls, and then after you loop 3 times, it turns into some, like, I forget the name of it, but it turns into a better village, which gives you even more HP every time you pass through it.
Oh.
But you have to make it through 3 full loops back to your campfire
before I start getting the benefits.
Yeah. And if you have to fight, it's just you. Like if you're playing like the warrior or rogue, for the most part, it's just you, and you have to fight 5 creatures at once, 4 ghouls and a vampire.
Oof.
And like at a certain point, that doesn't become a problem. There's things that you can do to help reduce the numbers. Like there's like a street lamp type thing that you can get, and it's literally basically what it is. You put it down and it covers like a 3x3 square around its center.
Okay.
And it will reduce the overall number of enemies that can spawn on any square by 1. And if you were to like overlap, 2 of them, it would reduce it by 2. And if you can manage 3, you obviously only ever have to fight 1, or, well, I guess in this case it'd be 2 because there's 5 creatures there.
Can you use that to negate combat entirely? Like if there's a square that spawns one, can you drop that lamp and then you can just run through that freely?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Every square has the possibility to spawn up to 4 creatures, depending on like what's going on. So like when you first start out, you just start running the loop, and every square has a chance to spawn a slime to start. And the slimes are, super easy, the basic enemy. Sometimes you only get 1, sometimes you'll get 2. It really depends on, if you've killed the slime before the day passes, because every day new shit spawns, and certain tiles will say like if you put a village down and then you put what's it called, like a harvest, I think it's called a harvest card or a fields card next to it, it increases the amount of health that you get from the village, but it spawns a scarecrow every 2 days. So then you have to fight the scarecrow if 2 full days pass as you're running around. And then if you put down 2 village cards, a random what's it called? A random bandit camp will spawn near one of the villages, and then they start spawning on top of it. And if enough days pass before you get to it, you can have up to 4 bandits on your village that you have to fight.
Interesting.
So it's definitely a lot of fun if you want to just like waste some time.
Yeah.
Like you some of the times it goes really quick. Some of the times you can spend
like 45 minutes to like an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, just running around. After Shira says the game combined 2 very different types of games into one, and it hits a weird itch. Yeah. Deck builder and roguelite. That's very, very true. Like you don't have any like real control over your character other than as you kill stuff.
No. I'm the director of the Federal Bureau of Control, so you can't tell me things like that. Go ahead.
I can, because I just did. Anyway, so what happens is as you kill stuff, you get equipment, right? And they all the equipment has levels, and it has rarity, and they'll have stats on them. For like weapons, it'll do damage, and then it'll have like, you can have anything like attack speed, damage to all, magic damage, defense, vampirism, evasion, counter, that kind of stuff. And each one obviously does its own thing. You start basically with 0 of everything, and so all of your gear gives you those stats. And it depending on which character you're playing, you'll get some stats but not others because it doesn't gear toward your character. It's just a lot of fun. Like I'm definitely having a lot of fun with it. I've been playing let me see how many hours I've sunk into it already.
643 hours. It came out last week.
Yeah, I mean I started playing it like I think Friday, and I've got 20 hours into it already.
Nice.
I'm having a great time. I definitely recommend it to anybody who loves,
or
roguelites,
deck building.
Deck builders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because you get kind of the best of both worlds. You get to plan out how your character gets built with the gear that you get. And then depending on what monsters you want to spawn, because you have some control with that with the deck stuff. Like you can put spider nests down, or you can put other cards down that will spawn other enemies. Like I said, the bandit camp. If you put down 10 rocks or mountains, it spawns a goblin camp. I just got a smithy card, which creates like armored units that only take 1 damage, but have low life. Yeah, I've beaten the Lich, and I've started my second round of expeditions for the second chapter. I have not fought the boss yet because I wanted to just try and get my character up.
Okay.
So I don't even have a clue as to what the boss is. When you die, there's 3 things that you can do. You can either retreat early and keep 60% of your stuff.
Oh.
You can retreat early if you're in a safe zone, like near the campfire, and keep 100% of your stuff. Or you can fight until you die. And if you die, you only get to keep 30% of your stuff. and you just spawn back at your little camp thing, and you can use whatever resources you have to build new stuff, or re-outfit your character. Like you get to a point where you can you find like utensils or special items. Like you can get like a hammer, which I think gives you 1 defense. You can get like a ham that gives you 5 HP every day, or regeneration. You can get like a mirror that increases boss damage, and you can like equip it to your camp, so
Okay.
that you would get those benefits just like base. Or you can, while you get them, while you're running your loop, you get to find those and get to use them too. So
Okay. Do you think this game does so well on each side that it can introduce someone to the other genre?
like if you really like roguelites but haven't really done anything with deck building, go into the deck building games.
Yeah. I asked that because I've been an FPS guy primarily since I was a wee lad, and then Borderlands happened. And that opened up RPGs and builds, making character builds. That opened the floodgates for me. Because it did FPS really well. It felt great to shoot guns in Borderlands 1. And it had a tad of RPGs, making builds, getting gear, getting different weapons. And I'm like, I need more of this,
Yeah.
Do you think this does the same thing?
I think it does a great job of doing each half very well.
Okay.
Like you have to you really kind of, Gyro says it's probably 60% roguelite, 40% deck building. I don't know that I would go that far. Like
Okay.
I think it's a 50-50 because it relies a lot on what cards you put down to either spawn monsters so that you can get better gear, or to increase your character stats, on the outside in order to do other things. You also, I think you have to put down cards in order to spawn the boss, because there's like a boss meter, and the more cards you put down, the higher the boss meter goes.
Okay.
I don't remember, or I haven't noticed. I haven't noticed if there's anything that causes the boss meter to go up. Like every time you loop, the monsters get harder, and then more stuff starts to spawn depending on what you have, and what you put down. But I think if you really like roguelites, I think you would really enjoy the deck building side of this. And if you really enjoy the deck building side of this, I think it would open up new doors into things like playing what's that deck game that I was playing for a while?
Slay the Spire.
Slay the Spire, yeah.
Gotcha.
Something like Slay the Spire, because that's another one that does,
deck building really well.
Yeah, you build the deck, and that's how you control your character. And this is very similar. Like you get armor and equipment and things that you can equip, but a lot of it does rely on what you have in your deck to either make your character stronger, or to spawn the right monsters, to progress to the point that you can actually kill the bosses.
Gotcha, because I'm the roguelike half. Like after playing Dead Cells and Hades, I'm like I'm all not before Dead Cells. What is it? Rogue Legacy?
Rogue Legacy, yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, Rogue Legacy is dope. I'm into roguelites. Then Dead Cells happened. Then Hades happened. So now if this is doing roguelites really well in the deck building, I might become a deck building. I don't know who I am. All right,
Yeah.
I just don't know who I am.
So, the roguelite portion of it is really awesome. Like you get all the different stats depending, like the warrior. One of my favorite things about warrior is you can get damage to all stats, and it literally means what it says. When you attack something, regardless of what your character's focus is,
it gets the buff.
What?
It gets the buff regardless of what he's using, what he's doing. He gets the damage to all buff.
Right. Yeah. So if you have the stat damage to all 10, like if you have if you say your weapon gives you damage to all 10, okay? When you attack, regardless of what you attack, you do 10 damage to everything else that's on the screen.
Damn.
That's in the fight with you.
Holy shit.
And so you can stack stuff like that, and then magic damage bypasses defense. So it's literally like doing true damage. And so if you stack that when you smack something, if you have like 30 magic damage and they don't have any, I don't know if they can have magic defense. I haven't really paid that much attention to it, but if you have a weapon that only does like 1 to 2 damage, you can hit something for 30 to 35 because of the magic damage.
Nice.
But it definitely plays both sides very well. Like
Good.
you really need to rely on what's in your deck, to make sure that your character can handle things. But you also really need to focus on what gear you're using, depending on what it is that you're trying to accomplish.
Gotcha.
Because like if you're getting to the point where there's a ton of stuff spawning on each square, having the ability to hit everything is obviously way more important than trying to just do singular damage. You want to take things down as quickly as possible so that you can keep moving forward, and healing yourself, either going all the way through the loop or getting a bunch of vampirism, which allows you to steal life based on how much damage you're doing. If you manage to get like 30 and 40% vampirism, it's pretty nice when you do damage to all, like 20, 30 damage, and you're stealing all of that health as well.
So you can make some crazy ass builds then. And when you so when you die, you can keep, you said you can keep percentages of your resources, but do you lose your gear and stuff? Do you have like gear and things you can equip?
Everything, it's just like in Rogue Legacy and Dead Cells. Everything starts from zero.
Gotcha.
You literally go you go back to the camp. You can use resources to upgrade stuff if you have the ability to, or build something new, and then you start the expedition, or you can choose which cards you have in your deck, and then you start the expedition, and you start from nothing. You can build a blacksmith. I think you can build a blacksmith in your main camp, and that gives you gear to start with. You get, like, if you're playing a warrior, actually I think just in the start, when you start a new expedition, you get a sword, a shield, and an armor, right?
Okay.
And then if you upgrade the blacksmith, it allows you to, regardless of which class you pick, you start with their gear. Because if the level 1 blacksmith just says you get warrior gear, and level 2 says you start with whatever your class pick is.
Interesting. Okay.
And then as you upgrade more, as you build more things in your camp, you unlock new cards, which allows you to make new builds.
Right.
You do have a card limit, so it's not like you can just turn them all on. You have to. I think it starts out at 12.
Okay.
And I think I'm up to 15.
Can you save builds? Can you save decks, if you will, like loadouts?
Not that I'm aware of, but
Well, hey devs, you're welcome for that free pointer.
I don't know that you necessarily need that though.
Why not?
Like, it just, one, it's actually really easy to like add and remove stuff. Like, I get what you're saying with being able to like do that, but I don't know that it's to the point where it would be that drastic to like have to switch all the cards around.
Gotcha. Okay.
If that makes sense.
No, I get that. Maybe there's not that vast of a difference for builds, for deck builds anyway.
I mean, I guess you could, if you were like wanting a small deck versus a large deck, because I think you have to have a minimum number of cards. And I think that grows as you get more and more cards, but then you can only have a maximum of whatever it is. And so it's not like you can go, oh, I only want this one card. You have to have like a minimum of, I think, 7. But I mean, even that, I think I have a total of 20 cards right now, and I have to use 15 or up to 15. I can use up to 15. And like most of them, you're gonna just leave on because you're gonna use them because of what they do.
Okay.
And then the ones that you're trading out are like, they either do something really weird or something that you don't like, or you just don't want to deal with that. Like, there's one, like a swamp card will spawn mosquitoes, and it says on the swamp card, all healing effects are detrimental in that. So if you have like a ton of vampirism while you're fighting, if you hit something for 100 and you get 20% vampirism, you get
a percentage of that.
Yeah, so you get 20 health taken away from you.
Dang.
So I just don't use the swamp card because fuck the swamp card.
Okay. Interesting. So, okay. I might have to give this a shot then, because I mean, that's the second person. I was like, yo, this is dope. So
if you really like roguelites, you will definitely enjoy this game because there's a lot of the roguelite stuff. if you really like deck building, you will still enjoy this game because there's a lot of, dealing with the decks and like making sure that you have everything you need to, buff your character, keep them alive, that kind of stuff. And then them mesh together. They mesh together very well with the way that they've done this.
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
almost bought it because it's partially on sale, but I'm like, I need to get through my list and add to it.
I mean, that's facts. Okay. So it sounds like I highly recommend it. I gotta give that a shot then. I don't know when, but I gotta give it a try.
Yeah, definitely recommend it. It is definitely a lot of fun. I was watching a couple of people play it, like Carnage when it first came out. It was really kind of confusing watching him because he was like already
he knew what he was doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And so he was like placing these things in all sorts of places, and then you start playing and you only get a couple of cards and you're going okay, and then you all of a sudden you like what was it? So if you place in a 3x3 square a bunch of rocks and mountains, it becomes a giant mountain and then starts spawning harpies. I didn't know that because I just put them all together and all of a sudden a giant mountain spawned and I was like, fucking sweet. And then this new creature came out and I was like, where the fuck did you come from? There's a couple of things that they could do a little bit better. Like telling you, I don't think they told me what the boss meter was until later. Like until I had gotten through it a couple of times. So there were like a couple of runs that I lost because I didn't know how close I was to spawning the boss because I didn't know that you were the one that spawned the boss. I thought it just was like a time thing, and then I put down a card and the boss spawned. And then I think later they were like, hey, putting down cards causes the boss meter to go up.
So you basically grind out the loop until you're ready for the boss fight and then throw down cards to...
Right.
Gotcha. So that'll be the loop then.
Like
okay.
You either get to the point where your character just is like has like a ton of magic damage and maybe vampirism so that you can survive because like the boss does like 200 or 300 damage a hit, and playing the warrior, I think I have on average 1300 HP by the time I fight the boss. So you got to think like that's like 4 or 5 hits and I'm done.
Gotcha.
But then if you have a bunch of vampirism, you can steal a bunch of health back. You can get regen. You also get eventually get like skill points that you get random traits. The villages give you quests, which give you more skill point or more experience towards getting another skill point. There's just a lot to the game. Like I said, the more you play, the more you learn. The more you unlock, the more you learn.
Gotcha.
The better you get at it.
So how's the pacing for the unlocks? Like Hades does a good job of, you might not unlock something, but you get story out of it. Like, and it'll sometimes you'll get both. Sometimes you'll get an unlock, like you'll play enough that you can like unlock something at the mirror, or you get something for the house or something. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So the first part of it feels like it was a little slow, and then like, I felt like there was a small gap where I was like, I feel like I'm grinding and not going anywhere. And then, what was it? And then I like upgraded something, and it gave me like an encyclopedia, which then stored all the information. Because like I said, you don't know anything. Like your character doesn't know anything, doesn't remember anything. Yeah. Things just disappear into the void. Like you could like look at the Coke bottle, set it down, turn around, turn back around, the Coke bottle is no longer there.
Shit.
That's literally what they tell you in that. But eventually you like unlock an encyclopedia, and then anything that you've currently captured, like any monster, any item, any currency, or not currency, but
like resources or something you picked up.
Yeah, any resource, you can like go into it and click on it and go, oh, that's how you get that. And one of them was you have to fight more than 4 monsters on a single tile for a chance at getting it, because it comes out as a whole resource. It's not like you get pieces of the resource
and then place it together. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Most things are as you like put cards down or kill monsters, you get pieces of a resource, and then eventually they turn into a whole resource. And then you can keep the pieces of the resource when you go back back to your camp.
Cool. Okay. Well, okay. Then that sounds like a glowing recommendation now from 2 people. Brian's probably going to try, and it's going to be 3. So go out there and play some Loop Hero. Okay. Hey, my bad.
Did you get it on Steam?
Yeah.
I still have access to your games. Yeah, I was going to just install it.
There you go. He's going to be number 3 to be like, yo, it's lit. Okay. Cobra in the chat says, did I try the Outsiders demo? Multiple people describe it as Gears of War meets Diablo. I have not, because people I have spoken to who have played it do not like it. So, I mean, I might give it a shot and then see how I feel about it. But
What was this? I'm sorry.
The Outriders demo that came out, I think, last week. I've heard too many negative.
On them.
I have. I've seen too much negative like impressions. So I'm holding off. I'm not like writing the game off yet until I get my hands on, obviously. But
so apparently, I was reading some news on this earlier. Apparently, people are like grinding super hard for end game gear or something in the demo.
Yeah.
Which I think is a little weird. But
that's probably because they have it probably built out already, and they didn't like put limitations for the demo, so they're just letting them run wild.
Right, and then there was another thing where they've like a lot of games that have problems with like loading new areas, they mask it, with like a cutscene or something, or have something happen. Apparently, if you're playing like multiplayer or playing with somebody, and you're like off doing something else, and say like you and Brian are playing, and then Brian decides to jump over a gap that takes you to a new area, it'll just pull you from wherever you are to that new area. Rather than letting you play in your own thing. And they commented on it saying that they don't have the server resources to split them into 2 different games.
Instances.
Right. For that. But they originally were doing it for...
Hold on. Back up. I'm sorry to interrupt you. What do you mean don't design it that way? Borderlands has been a thing for years. If someone's leaving, it says, hey, a player wants to go somewhere. Do you want to hit start and be like, hey, no?
Yeah. That's what I was confused about, because people were apparently complaining that they were like doing something, and then all of a sudden they were somewhere else and they didn't know what the hell was going on. Like they would go to a new area or something new would happen, and they were just like, what just happened? So now they started adding in cutscenes for like area changes and things. But the thing is they're doing like ridiculous stuff with the cutscenes. Like there was one of the guys tweeted out, I don't really think I needed a cutscene for this. And he went up to the gap and to move to another area, which you can clearly, it's not like, oh, he had to load something, or at least it didn't look like that. You could see the other side of the area, right?
Uh-huh.
He went to jump over the gap, and it caused a cutscene for him to just jump over the gap. Like, and this isn't like, oh, you hit the button, my character just takes over and does what he's going to do. Like, oh, he, did some sort of flip or something like that. No, it fades to black, loads back in, shows your dude jumping over the gap, fades back to black, and then loads back in for your control.
Get out. Get the fuck out. That is trash.
So, I was reading that, and I was like, oh, this is ridiculous.
Cobra in my chat says the reason they're grinding it is because you can transfer items to the retail game. So you can do the grinding now, get the weapons, and then when the game comes out, you'll have it.
Why? Like, that's really dumb. Why would you not reset everything? Like, the point of a demo is to be a demo, not something that people, like, play for hours and days on end.
Okay, Kelsey, how many times have I told you we are now the beta testers? We are now QA. The days of them buying QA to do it, it's gone. It's gone. We're the QA now. That's how it works. That's how it's that's what we do now. Anyway. All right. So yeah, I might try Outriders. It's not a book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, The Outsiders.
Tesmo Gizmo says, so we rating? Sure. Are you rating? Like Final Fantasy?
His stream, no matter what he's playing, ask if he's ready to raid.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we raiding, Tez. Just make sure you got your healing, because I'm not a healer. I'm DPS, always. Speaking of that, I saw you mentioned Ko earlier, and I saw he started playing Persona 5 Strikers, right?
Okay.
And that's like the Persona 5 version of like Dynasty Warriors. And then I had to take it off right away because he starts off with saying, "Hey, if you haven't played Persona 5, stop watching this because apparently it takes place after Persona 5." And I'm like, "Okay, time to close this."
It's canon. It takes place after Persona 5 Royale.
I heard it's between 5 and 5 Royale.
Okay, well then maybe that's accurate. I just heard that it's canon.
So I'm like, damn it, because I was gonna buy Persona 5 Strikers, and I'm like, cause I like those not like beat 'em up things, like remember Hyrule Warriors and stuff.
This one's single player though.
Oh, it's not multiplayer at all.
Mm-mm.
Oh well, and I thought about it. I'm like, do I need to play Persona 5? And then I went to the PlayStation store, and I'm like, how much does it cost? $20. I'm like, am I gonna play a JRPG again? And I'm like, no, I'm just closing everything, getting back to work. I can't play with the idea.
I have Royale. I beat the base Persona 5. And then Royale 5 Royale was on sale and I was like, fuck it. So I have it on my console. Since I've beaten it technically, I put it as a secondary thing to do.
Gotcha. All right, Brian, we can go ahead and quickly surmise Call of Duty's new Outbreak Mode for zombies. I kept playing it after we played that one day. Did you keep playing it at all?
I already load up the game when I'm asked to.
Oh, okay, so I mean, then give your like first play session impressions, and I'll go a little deeper after that. Not really
After
deeper.
This has been released. I don't see why a regular zombie thing would ever exist anymore.
What do you mean, a regular zombies?
You know how?
Oh, like the regular mode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should be like. Two ways they should do this. It should be like the way Fortnite's map evolves, or have just like 2 or 3 zombie mode maps that are that big.
Okay.
That's what I think. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's fun. You roam around just killing shit, but bigger area. Zombies are already kind of fun since you can level your weapons. Here you can still level your weapons and explore things too.
And loot chests.
Yeah.
So yeah, to expand a bit on Brian's, so Black Ops Cold War came out with zombies, obviously. So does multiplayer, so that's a single player. Last 2 weeks ago, they dropped season 2, and season 2 came with a new mode for zombies. It's called Outbreak Mode. In it, you basically drop into an open area. It's not like a huge world, but it's an open area, and you have a bunch of points of interest in the map. Like you can do a bounty, like a specific high level zombie. You can do a main mission that gets you further into making the zombies harder, which I'll get to that in a sec. What other things were there, Brian? Those the main dude. There's a legendary loot chest that might drop that you have to like survive a wave of enemies for it to unlock.
There's that one like orb thing that they fucking sound like a baby laughing, and you have to find it and chase it.
Yeah, and it drops a bunch of essences, which is like the currency you use to level your weapons, buy things at shops, and you can follow that thing around. There's like different events for each area. Now, what I mean by each area is, let's say you're at an area, you're on, I forgot the names, Gonzola or some shit. Remember the G1? It's like nice and bright out, a lot of vegetation. It's open. It's like a farm. It doesn't matter. Not Gonzola. I know it isn't, but anywho, you drop in and you have a main mission that'll get you moving. So let's say one of them is escort a drone to take out like the ether or the, what is it called? The ethers? No. The ethereal realm portals, whatever the hell it is. And the drone goes around and starts closing them because obviously you don't want more of those coming up because more zombies will come up. So that's one of the missions you can do there. Another one is a survive mission where you go to a huge raw ethereal, I forgot how to pronounce it. It's AE something rock. The A rock, okay? The A rock comes in, and then if you blow it up, you have to like survive a bunch of waves of people inside like a closed space, like a house or something. And if you finish any of those missions, a beacon will come up, and you have the option to try to exfiltrate, which is like end the mode and try to survive one last wave before you leave, or you continue. If you continue, that beacon will take you to the next area, and it's a completely different area. There's like the lit up one that I just talked about. That's a farm like. There's a snowy one that's like up north somewhere, and it's another open area with the same type of points of interest, like the elite bounty or the legendary chest, or we forgot to talk about the dragon thing that you feed a fucking dragon and then it shoots up into the moon and explodes, and it's like, what the hell? But he leaves you like a legendary loot chest if you get enough zombies if you feed it enough zombies. And that's the loop. Each time you go from one area to another, the difficulty increases. The same way in classic zombies, where you finish waves, the higher the waves, the more difficult the zombies get. Well, the more areas you travel to, the more difficult the area is. And it brings all the stuff from the zombies mode into this outbreak mode. So they still have the cans that you drink. The pack-a-punch is still there. The crafting benches, the guy that gives the armory thing that gives you, that increases your weapon tier, and all this other stuff is all there. It's more accessible for us. Like instead of trying to figure out what, and they have vehicles because it's open world, so you can run over zombies if you want to. I don't recommend it because some of them explode and your car's exploding and you're dead.
But the best part is that you can just go around and knife everything.
Yes, if Brian loves knifing. I even looked up. I got so into this mode, I looked up builds, and Brian's build was on there, which is knife and his what's it called? And I forgot what was the can thing you used? The ice explosion, right?
No, I was using the one. I normally use the one that heals because I know you're gonna be down.
Yeah, I'm not mad. That's just facts. Hold on, I'm gonna hit you with it. Yeah,
and that's facts.
And the other one I was using was the one that goes invisible, so that can pick you up again and they won't hit me.
Yeah, because I need that. They added another can thing you can drink, I think, and another ability. So like, they're adding more and more modes. This by far is my favorite mode, to just sit there and just play through it. Because I don't have to worry about like secrets or opening doors. Like using my currency to open doors and stuff, I can use it to actually level myself up or like increase my weapon damage or craft stuff instead of worrying about navigating. They give you the whole world there. You navigate how you see fit, and you're just there to kill zombies. You know?
You know what it feels like, actually?
What does it feel like?
It feels like
an open world Left 4 Dead?
No.
Oh.
Shit. What's it called in Diablo 3? The rifts?
Yes.
Rifts.
It feels like doing rifts, yeah, but at your own pace, where there's actually no time or anything like that.
It's very fun. Like I said, Brian, we like leveling our weapons. Every time Brian gets a Call of Duty, what we do is we just play multiplayer, level our guns. And then Zombies this year with Cold War gave us the ability to share that experience like through all the modes. So we got to prestige level 1 just playing zombies. I don't think we touched multiplayer after we started playing zombies.
Mm-mm.
It's just a fun way to just hang with the bros, shoot some zombies. It's great. And then with this mode, this by far, I want them to continue to add onto this mode more areas, maybe some more types of side missions, like instead of the legendary loot, they do some other creative things. This is a praise for you guys, the Call of Duty team. This is fantastic. Keep working on it. Keep making it better. Like, I love it. All right.
Mm-hmm. How about those snipers, Brian?
Yo, fuck the snipers for zombies.
I don't remember why. I was busy just knifing stuff and going berserk, and then there's like a sniper that dropped, and I fucking was Domer Simpsoning some people, but it's fine. I mean, I get more snipers in Borderlands.
Shoot. Oh my god, speaking of Borderlands, I'm
a gun that's level 12. So
speaking of Borderlands, I got, like I said, I had this weekend of just Borderlands. So let me tell you the timeline here. I bought Borderlands 3 on Xbox first because I'm like, damn, I can't wait for the Stadia version because they were so behind. So I started playing on my own. Bam, played as Zane. It's my dude. Zane and Mose are my top. Those are my characters. Zane. Because I can clone myself.
Huh? You don't have grenades to not use, that's why.
FAX. That's exactly. My clone uses my grenades. So I don't have to worry about grenades. Anyway. So this weekend, I'm like, I don't know, I have this itch for Borderlands. Like, I have a personal resurgence of Borderlands, and playing Borderlands 3 has been great. I have gotten every achievement in Xbox for the base game. And then I'm like, damn, not enough. And I maxed out my character, so I'm like, loading up the Stadia version. My Mose is now at max level, and I got all the achievements for the base game. And I started playing Arms Race a lot. And what I found out is when you not only like Brian said here on this podcast before, you start with nothing. So I thought to myself, well, does that mean I can just go max mayhem and it'll automatically like scale? Answer to that is yes. So I did it mayhem 11, which is the hard that they hit harder and all this other stuff. But since you start off with nothing, they keep that they take that into account. So you're basically just playing Borderlands regular, but with like higher damage and other stuff, and it all levels out. The thing that you're missing here is the loot that drops is mayhem 10, because 11 is like an extra mode. So I can grind for the highest level mayhem weapons and then just give it to my modes. So I don't have to go through mayhem 2, get weapons for mayhem 2, then go to mayhem 3 and try to. Now I have mayhem 10 weapons. Legendaries drop out the wazoo. You know, it's been great. I think I have fully decked out my modes with mayhem 10. I can turn off mayhem mode and just one shot everything if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. But I can't wait to go back in and start leveling my Amara, and then whenever we finish our playthrough, to run through Arms Race with you guys, because I want to see how that experience is like. Playing Arms Race with people. It's dope. Arms Race it's been fun so far. That's that. I don't know why I went to that tangent. Anywho. Brian. Another quick one. Drake. Dropped a new project. Is it a project? Would you call it a project still?
I mean, EP, I guess.
Sure. EP, 3 tracks on Friday. Scary Hours 2. 3 tracks. We have What's Next, Want and Need, and then what is it? Lemon Pepper Freestyle? Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Those are 3 tracks. If you guys remember, the last time he did Scary Hours, the one and only God's Plan was in it.
Which was just terrible.
How dare you?
The other song was Money in the Grave, wasn't it?
Yeah, no. Money in the Grave came out. That's the you're thinking about a different EP that came out. That's for winning the NBA Finals. He dropped 2 tracks on the day that I think the Rockets were the finals or something. Scary Hours 2 had God's Plan and another like freestyle he had.
Scary Hours 1.
Huh?
You said Scary Hours 2?
I'm sorry, Scary Hours 1, yeah. Money in the Grave was a completely different little project.
I don't believe you.
I mean, that's fine if you don't. You can go fact check me, but Drake's going to be there to tell you.
And that's facts.
Okay, so let me know when you get to that facts, okay? Yeah, first 2 tracks.
Fax machines are pretty slow, so.
That's true, but they get to the truth at the end, you know what I'm saying? They get to the facts. They get to the core of it, you know?
As long as the signal's not interrupted in between.
What? I guess.
Diplomatic Community was the other one.
Diplomatic Community was the other one. Thank you. This has like a similar thing, except it's 3 tracks instead of 2. The first 2 tracks are very like high energy, just there to go. I don't know if it's dumb brazy status like Brian he so eloquently bestows upon tracks, but it's workout music. The bass is, the instrumentals are there. I thought what's next instrumental felt like it wasn't mixed right or something. You heard all 3, right?
Yeah.
What's next sounding different than the second? Because the second track sounded like the basses were deeper. They punched a little better. The first one sounded washed, if that makes sense.
What's Next sounded like a SoundCloud song in multiple ways. It's
Okay.
like him trying to be young again. That's what it sounded like.
Both of the hype ones were.
No, the other one sounded.
The little baby one, Wants and Needs.
That's what plays on the radio now. That's just his pop song.
Okay. But
the
anyway.
first one, what's next? It sounded like Dookie a bit. I was like, this is fine. I've heard worse than this.
Yeah.
Instrumental plays instrumental. It's passable.
Uh-huh.
The verses, passable. The
Yep.
chorus, no heart. I
Yep.
didn't heart it at all.
Oh no, I hearted it. It's got that level of God's Plan in it where I'm like, this is not bad, but it's like this will annoy people, but I still like it. Where the second track, Wants and Needs, was an easy heart. I had the little baby part. I'm like, okay, it's passable. But his verse and then what was the chorus? Like the chorus was "I'm with lives. I'm with 10. I'm with friends." Like I'm like, it's dumb, but I'm like in it. I'm in there going, hey, you know, easy. That type of song, like easy heart. And then obviously the last one I like because I like when he does those freestyles when it's not him just going crazy. It's just him saying things. Even Rick Ross got into that bag.
It reminded me of 3 a.m. What is it? 3 a.m. and what? Where the fuck was he at 3 a.m.? What's the name of the song?
You talking about the one that's 6 a.m. in the 6 or something when he's talking to his mom? If you're reading this, it's too late. Oh,
hold on. Why is my fucking?
I keep dropping the pen. I'm sorry.
Eating Gorilla Glue. 30 for 30 freestyle. That sort of reminded me of, but with Rick Ross on it.
Oh, but that was about it. It's definitely like a cool freestyle, just chill vibe. The instrumental was dope. They both had good verses, so the third one is definitely the strongest track for me. But I think for me, it just goes in reverse order. It's the freestyle is like, I love it. The second track with Lil Baby, nice, a solid track. It's got the instrumental's dope. Chorus was fine. It gets you hype. And then the first one is like, for me, it's passable. Like it still gets me like excited. I'm like, oh shit, the bass hits. I thought the instrumental could have been cleaned up, but that's about it for me.
Lemon Pepper could have been like 2 minutes shorter because there was a point you realize Drake's just like, I think he rented out a certain amount of time in the studio or whatever. So that's why he just kept going until like his time was done, like on the hour. Because it just sounded like when he thought of it, he's like, I'm saying this. It could have been anyone else there, or it could have been like just shorter. Or Rick Ross's verse could have been longer. Gotcha. I still enjoyed the song overall, but I was like, yeah, you gotta know when to stop the song.
But is it as bad as
No.
As bad as what?
Shakira and Black Eyed Peas?
I'm telling you, that track was fine. And then that chorus hit, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? I'm telling you, when I first heard that song, I'm like, oh, okay. will.i.am coming back with Shakira. Good instrumental. Everything's sounding cool. She sounded pretty good up until and then that chorus hits, and I'm like,
what do you mean will.i.am coming back with Shakira? That was Wyclef, Anthony.
That was Wyclef? I'm dumb. I'm sorry. I thought that was will.i.am featuring Shakira.
No, it's Wyclef.
Oh shit! No, you got me fucked up. For real?
What is this? Wyclef?
Oh, no way. Is it?
Yeah. The fucking will.i.am, dude.
Hips Don't Lie?
Yeah.
No, it's not Hips Don't Lie.
Hips Don't Lie, Wyclef Jean, and Shakira.
Yeah, will.i.am is the one in that song. Girl Like Me, it's will.i.am.
Okay, you just completely deleted what we were talking about. You said back again while talking about that song.
He's coming back, but with Shakira. As in, he wasn't nowhere to be there, and now he's back on the pop charts.
The way you said it made it seem like you thought that they did another song together.
No, I mean he's back like on the mainstream because where has he been? But he came back with Shakira, and I'm like, okay, what?
I thought he was like a brand ambassador for Dell at one point, or Intel. I don't remember.
Will I am ambassador for Intel?
Is it him?
Let me see news. I don't see him.
I could be thinking of someone else.
No, Intel announces will.i.am as director of creative innovation.
Yeah, this has been for a few years. Yeah.
Okay, that's weird. I did not know that. That's weird. That's just weird. Anyway, how did we get to this? Oh, Drake, and then Shakira. My God, man. So many people said yes, put that on the air, you know? You know that? It's not like they skipped the process. They went through the process and everyone's like, yeah, it's fine.
I feel like it could have been okay if they did it once and then you never heard it again.
No, Kelsey. No, wait.
Okay. It could have been okay if they muted her, I think.
There's no way you can hear that once and be like, I'll get over this. The first time I heard it, I'm like, this record's dead now. This record is dead. Nah, bro. That goat loving music that she just fucking no. I'm good. Moving on. Oh, for the Drake stuff. I mean, I recommend it. It's 3 tracks. Like, whether you'll love it or hate it, I don't know if that's like if the underdog's on top, but there's gonna be some tracks you might like more than others here because it gets more serious, I guess, as the track goes, because with the freestyle being the more serious, quote unquote. What are you thinking, Brian? Do you recommend this 3 track?
If you like Drake, listen to it. If you don't really listen to Drake like avidly,
oh yeah, just
you
pass.
can do what you want. This is just an appetizer for his album coming out soon, anyway.
I can see that. Just facts. Anyway, we can keep it moving to the next thing.
Hold on, real quick. I'm going to read this to you.
Oh no!
I'm trying to find out if this is true.
Oh no!
Judging from the things, it looks like it might be, but so Zack Schneider's Justice League was leaked onto HBO Max. When viewers tried to watch Tom and Jerry, the Snyder cut would play instead. It was taken down after 2 hours, almost 2 hours.
How do you mess that up?
So
so they got to see half the movie because it's 4 hours long.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
But yeah, apparently
I don't know if it's true or not because I don't have HBO Max, so
I only have HBO Min.
Yeah, same. That's impossible. Okay, that's crazy. Well, I mean, that was they shot the bed is all. How do you mess that up?
It up for another 2 hours. It's like if we fucked up, just watch the whole movie, dude.
Yeah, like. Oh my goodness.
Like reading the comments, it looks like it's true. Somebody in here said that I'm not even sure how this works, but somebody says according to other posts, it contained the Tom and Jerry metadata, so it wouldn't play past whenever the Taj runtime was.
Which makes sense, but Tom and Jerry, yeah.
Oh, Tom and Jerry runtime was.
Which is like 2 hours. That makes sense.
Yeah, so it was an hour and 50 minutes. So what people apparently got to watch literally the first half of the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League.
I can't wait to review that movie, man. I can't wait to just finish when the credits roll. I can't wait to see Randall's fucking face. I hope to God he's happy.
Why?
Because I don't want to be again the one to tell you I fucking told you so. That I want you to walk out there going, it was good, I loved it. I'm like, okay, then I was wrong. But I told you nothing is saving that.
That don't necessarily mean you were wrong, because you might think it sucked.
No, but I told you nothing will save this movie for you. That's like not the reshoots. None of it will save it. But if you come out you love it. Hey, you love it. You know.
What if they with no shame, just have a bunch of Gushers ads in the middle of the movie?
I'd be really upset.
I think that would save the movie.
I don't think it would save the movie. That would make it worse.
So chat's now talking about fuck ups. Muffin says, dude, I don't know how people fuck up that bad. When Kate worked at Walmart, there was an employee who accidentally filled the $10 bill dispenser for cashback slot on the self-checkouts with $20 bills. We also have a request that Randall gets the stream set up.
He's not. If you guys are holding your breath, don't.
I don't think nobody said that. I think he just wanted to say that.
Oh, okay.
We could screenshot it if you want.
Dude, they've been talking about, everybody comes into my stream and they're like, yo, where's Randall? And I tell them, he's only got a camera on Split Screen Losers. If you want to see him, you have to go over there. They're like, what the fuck? He needs his own goddamn stream. Every person that has come into my chat is like, where the fuck is Randall? Why doesn't he have his own stream?
Don't look at me.
I can scroll through my chat and tell you every single one of them.
Even Ninja said it, and then he started doing the fucking floss.
I don't think, to be honest, Kelsey will allow Ninja to be in his chat.
Yeah, I would have banned him back.
You would have banned him immediately.
That would be by accident. So another fuck up. A buddy of mine told me at the store he works at, like Walgreens or CVS or Eckerd's or whatever. There's no way that the guy wasn't in on this. But apparently there's a big scam where people will call and say, hey, they're from tech support or something, or from corporate, and they're running a test, and they need you to get like gift cards, and then fill them with money and give them the number to make sure that they're working, type thing. And apparently the first thing the guy said was, don't pick up any other calls. It will mess up the test.
Okay.
First of all, huge red flag right there. Like, there's no fucking way that that's gonna fly.
Yeah.
Second, he's loading these cards with like $500 each. Okay.
Okay.
And apparently the manager of the store, because I think he was a shift lead, the manager of the store somehow found out about this and like tried calling the store, but the guy was ignoring him because he was told not to answer any other phone calls, because it would mess up the thing. And then the manager called the actual tech support or what cybersecurity or whatever. They took over the intercoms at the store and were like, hang up the fucking phone. You need to stop, right?
Oh,
and he continued to ignore them. And then it took the manager showing up to the store and ripping the phone out of the guy's hand and hanging it up, But apparently it's a fairly common thing for people to call and try and scam the stores out of money.
Oh my
like
goodness.
That. But there's just no way the guy's not in on it. Like, you just can't be that dumb.
Yeah, like
I can't.
It would have to be like hey, get a job here and then I'll call you and then do this. Like, there's no way.
So I just had somebody else come into my stream and ask, where the hell is Randall? Why doesn't he have his own cam?
He does. You go to split screen losers _ and you can come watch him.
It's Cobra.
Oh, I don't have his chat up, so wow. Cobra, man. I can barely take care of my chat. You want me to put his too?
Yeah.
But I've literally had like 5 people come into my chat and go, where's Randall? Why isn't he on screen?
Cobra's a real one, so don't you speak ill about him. All right?
Oh, they can't see me?
On Kelsey's stream, they can't see you. On my stream, you can.
Oh.
Do you understand now why they keep asking?
I mean, I don't mind that. So.
Oh, you like getting asked about? Oh, look at this.
No, I mean, I don't mind being missing.
Oh, like the bat. It's the bat. All right.
So, Adam, real quick, Adam.
Okay.
I love all of the stories that Adam has at when he worked at the movie theater.
Yeah.
It's like working in fast food, people can really be that dumb. Working in the movie theater, people are even dumber. Okay. He goes, Brian, we once had an employee at a Regal get a customer that said, I found these used ticket stubs on the ground. Can I refund these for cash? And she asked a manager.
So the words used didn't a light bulb. Hey, no one's gonna give you back for a movie that's already been aired.
Not to mention that if you come up and say, hey, I found these tickets on the ground, can I refund? No, like you can't just get random money for somebody purchasing a ticket. Like
they're trying to be as honest as possible. They're like, maybe if I'm honest, they'll be like, you know what? He's been an honest person. Let me give him free money. Jeez. All right. Let us move on. Actually, Randall, before we get to Raya, I want to know, is Coming to America worth watching?
The original was absolutely amazing.
That's why I'm asking.
This does not hold a candle to the original.
Okay, thank you. That's all I really wanted to know. But you can go ahead and review it if you want to.
There's nothing really to be said.
Is it enough? Is it like I need to stop watching this bad, or is it like, okay,
no, it's not that bad.
Okay.
I don't think I can't foresee myself ever watching it again.
But we would all watch.
At least watching it once. Like, is this something like if you like the first one, you should watch the second one because, they brought back like the original cast for basically everything.
Okay, so Let me
Is
ask
that
you a
what
question.
like, is that it?
Let me ask you a question, Kelsey.
Okay.
When you watch a sequel, do you watch it with the hopes of it being better, or at least on par?
At least on par.
So
There, I don't know that I've really seen I can't think of of an instance where the sequel was better. Personally, like
Brian, contain yourself.
what sequel have you seen that's better than the original?
The Spider-Mans that you've neglected to watch.
Oh. But that still makes my point. I have not personally seen.
That's why I'm like, Brian, contain yourself.
But it should be at least on par. Like, most of the time when you watch a movie, like The Matrix, the original Matrix was really awesome because it's like, it's new, it's exciting, not been done before. It's really cool. Yep. And then the second one, you're like, you really want to see more because you want to see more in that world, but for the fact, that it's not going to be as good as the original because you're not going to have that like, oh moment. This
the shock factor. Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a counter.
Okay.
Rocky 4 is the best Rocky.
Okay, the Rocky movies were all basically on par though. Like, all of them were pretty awesome.
Okay. Oh, what about Creed 2? Creed 2, I thought was better than the first one.
The Creeds.
Oh, well.
I've only seen the second one.
Muffin says The Last of Us 2 was better than the first.
Hey, if you wanted a dynamite response, you should have been on the channel because Randall almost jumped through the internet to fucking fight you.
Again, why he needs his own stream.
Oh, you can just, split screen losers _. You know what I'm saying? You can get her here. He can't look at you anymore.
I've thought about like pulling up your stream and doing the cam thing like we did before, but it's just always so far behind that it's like,
yeah,
so it won't sync up. Was. You're like, okay.
Oh man.
At least when you lag, we can be like, it's his internet.
Fucking Comcast,
is installing an update again.
I swear they're waiting for me to go live. Like they're a follower on my list here, and I don't know who it is, but they're like, I work at Comcast, and I'm gonna let them know when to fuck this kid over. You know. Anywho, what are we gonna talk about? Coming to America. Was it at least fun? Was it still funny? And what, like, is there any redeeming? Like, should I watch it? We know it's not as good as the first one. So you said, but do I still get any sort of enjoyment watching it? Like seeing Eddie Murphy back on screen. Like, when's the last time Eddie Murphy's been on screen?
Yeah, it was a while ago, I think.
Like, that's why I'd like to see him back in in front of the camera doing some stuff. Was it? He's still good? Like,
what's the fun fact you got?
A lot of the movie was filmed in Rick Ross's house.
Oh, what?
He has the largest U.S. pool, so a lot of it was filmed in his house.
Oh, okay. Was the movie in the pool the whole time? Oh.
I mean, the house itself is really big.
Okay.
So it looks like he's actually done a couple of things.
Oh, then I'll take my statement back. I haven't seen him in a lot.
He's been on Saturday Night Live. He's done a bunch of video shorts. Oh,
okay. So when's the last feature length? Like,
the last movie he did was Dolomite Is My Name in 2019, and then Mr. Church in 2016, and then before that was 2012. Yeah.
Okay, so he's still doing some stuff. I personally haven't seen him, I guess. So I'll retract my statement. I just haven't seen him in almost anything. So
yeah, I haven't
seeing him back in those shoes. I'm like, okay, I was curious to see it. So go ahead, Randall. So like, is it?
What was your question?
Was
it funny?
Yeah, should I watch it? Like, we know now, not as good as Coming to America. That's fine to me, as long as it still has something. It's still entertaining to watch. Nah. Dang. Okay.
I mean,
not even like if you just like you don't have anything else on Friday night or something.
Nah, he's not.
If you want to see like old characters come back, sure.
No, that's not a convincing.
if you want to watch something that's gonna make you laugh really hard, then no.
Okay.
Again, humor is subjective. So
that's true, but
you might watch it and you might find it funny, but I personally cannot. I don't think I laughed the entire movie.
Okay, then nah, I'm good.
Did you
Yeah.
smile?
Lee doesn't normally smile, so.
He just goes from serious to laughing.
Did I smile?
Just imagine him laughing with a straight face, just going like.
Well, I mean, I can demonstrate for you. He goes,
No, I
Yeah, I did a couple of those.
I imagine
Okay.
it being an outburst. I imagine it being an outburst. So he's like,
Okay. Oh shoot. Okay, but I guess we can move. I mean,
So it wasn't acting. It was just the story was.
like they forced this to happen again.
Yeah, you could tell like this was like. If someone was like, this movie was done under quarantine, yeah, I can tell.
Oh really? Oh shoot. So it looked like that.
No, it doesn't. The quality, I'm not talking about the quality. The quality is fine. I'm talking about the story.
Oh okay.
The story was like, I could have came up with the story.
Oh, like off cuff, like it even. Okay. Well, I'm good then. I'm
I'm not
pass.
trying to disrespect the writers, but it was just like,
It was forced.
kind of overplayed everything
felt-
I've seen before.
it felt forced. It felt like they was rushing everything. Felt like they were trying to play off an old joke. You know, like those iconic jokes from the first movie. They try to bring those back and be like, hey, look, this is still funny.
So it's one of those movies that, like, remember this?
Yeah.
Remember this?
So you remember in the first movie when he kept asking his arranged wife to all these questions and she was like, whatever you like.
Uh-huh.
Same thing happened again in this movie.
Nah, I'm good. So you're just recycling the same stuff again? I might just watch the first one then.
Yeah.
I'm good. Okay.
It was cool that all the original actors came back. I would say the highlight of the movie was the mom. His wife.
Oh, okay.
She did a good job.
But it's still not worth you saying to another human being, go watch this.
Nah, I wouldn't recommend it to someone to go watch.
Dang.
Well,
Beginning of the year?
I would say go watch it if you want to support them.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon Prime, people, so go ahead.
It's not terrible, but it's a huge disappointment from the original.
Gotcha. That's fair to say. Damn,
Game
that
of the
sucks.
year?
Yeah, Brian. Game of the year. Here we are.
In the negative zone.
Oh. Damn. Okay. Well, we can move on. Let's go to something that I think is a lot better without even watching it. Raya and the Last Dragon.
I wanted to watch this, but I didn't know it was out.
It came out Friday.
Yeah,
You came out Friday.
Thank you.
What was it?
2013.
Is it on Hibbo Plus?
It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Oh, Randall told me something that got me infuriated.
It's not available in Southeast Asia.
Kelsey, me and you watched it through other means. I need you to hear this
mean
come
at the
out of
theater?
his mouth. Yes, we saw it in the theater. Wink. Go ahead and tell them the Disney Plus thing, all right? Please. Because I was livid when I heard
So
that.
I have a Disney Plus membership,
I do
and
too.
if you go to the website and you see Raya the last Dragon plastered up there, you're like, oh snap! I want to hit play. Well, it says that right below the title it says for premium access only. If you would like to watch this movie, you have to pay, I think it's $29.99, $30 to watch the movie now as it is available in theaters. If you want to watch it now. Or you have to watch it like everyone else and wait until June 4th if you don't want to pay the extra $30. Even though I am paying a membership fee for your service who made this movie. You want me to pay an extra $30 on top of what I'm already paying monthly so I can watch the movie now, just so I can have the convenience. Basically the convenience fee is $30.
That's some horse shit.
Now tell me what the fuck is going on.
like you wonder. It's not a wonder why it is that piracy is such a big thing these days. Because you have all these fucking streaming services now. Two, like you can't. I mean, people are paying hundreds of dollars a month for like having it ad free and having like 9 different streaming services because you can't watch all the content in one fucking place anymore. And then they do shit like that where they're like, "Oh yeah, even though we created it, and technically if there wasn't a pandemic, you could go to the movie theater and for $10 you could actually watch the movie. You have to pay us $30 because you can't go to the movie theater and we need to make more money off of it, even though you're already paying for our prescription or our subscription service to watch all of our content." What a bunch of
keep getting away with it.
Like, and I'm sure they made a killing off of it, from kids and things wanting to watch it and begging their parents and all sorts of other stuff.
I don't know why I always think of that one time someone threw both his shoes at George Bush, and I feel like it's things like this that made them get to that point.
Yeah, those are facts. Those are hard facts. So I mean, I didn't have to pay that. You know how there was a video of people throwing shoes at George W. Bush?
There's a guy who threw both his shoes at George Bush.
Yeah.
It's things like this that I can see why someone would snap enough to just throw 2 shoes at a president.
I see it. It's clear as day. Now we're done with that debacle. The movie itself. I'm not reviewing it with that in mind. I'm reviewing it with the movie. Because fuck that noise. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Now, granted, if it was on sale without the membership, that makes sense to me. You're buying a copy like you would any other digital copy.
But you're not even buying a copy. You're renting it for the whatever.
Well, but I'm saying like if they release it on like the store, like Apple Store and stuff to own it, like you know how you can buy digital. If they did that day and date, I get it. But you have to pay the $10 to gain access to pay the $30. Unless I'm wrong. Unless you can go in there and just pay $30 on Disney Plus, and now you own it or whatever the case is.
I doubt that very seriously.
After what you just told me, I doubt it as well.
I would be surprised if you can do that.
But that's another level of thievery right there. I want to know the numbers. I want to know who paid that.
I'm pretty sure it was somebody who got deep pockets.
They specifically say when you click, "Oh, I want to watch this now." Stream for $29.99 with a Disney Plus subscription. So you gotta pay $40 for something you don't own.
Yeah,
that's insane to me. I want to know the metrics. Disney, contact me. You know my email. I want the names of the people who bought that, who willingly said, "Keep doing this."
Do they have a free trial for Disney Plus?
They do. I think it's like a week or a month.
You also get it for if you can get a free version of Disney Plus with if you have Verizon and you upgrade your plan because they have all the new 5G plans out. There's like 2 plans that are the same price, and one of them comes with like 6 months free trial of I think Disney Plus or something, and then there's another one for the same exact price where you get Disney Plus, Hulu Plus, and ESPN Plus for the same thing. So, and you only have to have one person on the account have it to get access to all of them.
Cobra in my chat says, if you keep on milking your customers for money, every opportunity you get stuff like this.
And that's facts.
Because like if I want, that's why I want to know who's paying that. Who are the people who are just like,
I told you,
you right, and they just give them the money, bro. Don't pay for that.
People with deep pockets, man. Rich people.
I'm trying to find what the box office is.
Well, the box office is, I think nowadays is skewed because it takes in it takes in like the first weekend or a couple weekends in the digital service and the theater ones, I think. But I couldn't be making that all up.
I'm gonna just go. Go ahead.
The Disney film, which earned a glowing reviews and a cinema score and an A cinema score, took in an estimated 8.6 million in its North American debut, compared to the 14 million a week earlier with Tom and Jerry. Part of the reason is likely due to the refusal of several key chains, including giant Cinemark theaters, to carry the fantasy adventure because they wanted more generous terms since Raya debuted simultaneously on Disney Plus for $30.
Yeah, it's insane.
And So apparently overseas, it debuted to 17.6 million from 32 markets for a global bow of 26.2 million.
Okay.
And China led with 8.4 million, but apparently people in China were pissed about something. I didn't finish reading the article.
Gotcha. Okay. Go ahead, Randall. What are you gonna say?
What was I gonna say? Oh, I was just gonna go off on a little tangent and say like there's a whole other world out there that we don't know about.
Yeah, it's called Narnia.
It might as well be Narnia because like to have dumb money, like that's nothing to drop $30 down for a movie that you're not going to own. Like, remember that dude I told you that I when I was going to Full Sail, I went with Cedric to help work on the house.
Yeah, because you said the owner of Frank Gay.
No, I've been to Frank Gay's house, but I'm talking about another. His name is Dan Woods.
Oh, okay.
He was Cedric's boss, but I think he's retired now or something like that. Whatever. Anyway, when I was going to Full Sail, real quick, when I was going to Full Sail and I was on break, I went to his house with Cedric because we were working on his house. Like he had just bought this house and I think he was putting in a fireplace or something like that. This dude had an elevator in his house. Do you know how much
to get? We could have put an elevator in our house.
Do you know how much it costs to get an elevator? It's at least $40,000.
Yeah, $48,000.
We
could have actually got it for cheaper. We could have had them just without putting the elevator in. We could have had them frame it so that it would take an elevator, and then hired a third-party company to come in instead. Because when you build a house, they charge you an arm and a fucking leg for literally everything, for them to do it, because they can make money off of it. But yes, we could have gotten the whole thing put in for. They could have framed it for 18, and we could have had somebody like. We could have purchased the elevator and had it installed for another like 12.
Jesus. Cobra in the chat says, "What the fuck, 48K?"
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good. I'll walk the stairs. I'll go up the stairs. It's a cardio. I'm good.
Well, sorry, go ahead. I'll tell after.
And when we went to when we got to his house and we walked around the back part of the house, there was another house the size of this house. That's not the funny part. Anthony. You know what that house was for?
Guess?
His boat.
All right.
You gotta feel comfortable.
The boat needs to be comfortable?
Yeah.
What if it gets in there and watches fucking
And I'm letting you
Family
know
Guy?
that I am not exaggerating an ounce of this story.
Uh-huh.
When I saw this, I stood there for like 15 minutes just looking at like, this is someone's house.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's sitting in there is a boat.
Nah, bro. I'm
Who's
good.
Frank Gay?
He's like a plumbing.
Yeah, he does. He owns the company that does like plumbing, all sorts of like house services,
like contracting stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but he also does it. He does it for commercial, mainly commercial, but I think he also does it for
residential.
Yeah. I went to his house too, and Cedric knows all these people. Okay.
Yeah, he's out here, bro.
And this is how I end up meeting these people. But anyway, last story real quick. We went to his house. He had like a little gathering or whatever. And while everybody was mingling and stuff like that, he like goes to his wife. He's like, "You want to take a little stroll?" I am, what is it called? Blue collar?
Yeah, I think so.
Blue collar citizen. When someone says, "Do you want to take a stroll?" What do you think of?
Just walking down, you know?
Walk down the street.
Mafia?
Walk down the street, right?
Yeah, like walk down the neighborhood or something.
Have a little conversation, walk to the corner and walk back.
Yep. That's what sounds like that is to me.
We were in the living room. It was a piano, and behind the piano was like a window, but the window was like shaped like half of a circle, so it was like shaped like a
like this, like
circular, more circular though.
Okay,
it was like wide and long.
Okay,
and right, like it was a view to the. I'm assuming that was like a lake.
Okay,
I see him and her walk down, and then I see him like sail off in a boat in the lake. I'm like, what?
That's a stroll, bro.
Yeah.
He strolled to the boat.
Yeah.
There is definitely a different world out there.
I said all of that to say that $30 is it's a penny
to some.
Yeah.
Imagine getting to that bracket. Oof.
I mean, it's also like money is just a weird thing in general because, like, think about all the people that purchased, you know, the PlayStations and things for $2,000. Like,
oh my God, why?
I don't know.
Why?
And I love that. What was it? A bunch of the scalpers came out and were like, you know, we're really tired of the news painting us in a bad light. Like, we're not bad people. Yeah, you are. You're a piece of shit. Like, go fuck yourself. Because, like, that is garbage. It's not like they did this, you know, it'd be one thing if they, like, walked down to the store and there was a bunch of them and they managed to buy a bunch of PlayStations. No, they use technology that everybody doesn't have access to scalp everything beforehand.
Before any human can actually have the ability to hit fucking buy.
You know, and then sell it off at literally 4 times the price.
They started a beef with fucking Walmart because of these people.
And you guys were on good terms.
On site with Walmart.
Yeah, those are facts. You guys used to break bread together, you know?
Shit.
I feel that.
Breaking heads.
Ooh. Okay. Brian, we good on that. Thanks.
Fuck you, dude.
All right. So Raya and the Last Dragon. Brian, do you how bad, like, I guess spoilers, Brian. I don't know if you gonna watch it. Okay.
I'll put the spoilers warning again.
Because, all right, so I used to have one of those. I should probably add another one. I should just reuse the one I used to have. I think I still have it on here. Let me know when you're ready. Should be good. Anyone who's listening and you haven't seen Raya and the Last Dragon, we're probably going to spoil it. So, come back in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Who knows? I might have a timestamp. Most likely not. Just, you know, pause it, go watch the movie, come back, finish the podcast, you know? That's what you got to do. Anyway, Raya and the Last Dragon. You ready, Kelsey?
I'm ready.
Cool.
I got my spoiler thing up.
Lit. I mean, we can go around and say if we like it or not, and then we can delve into it.
Oh, he saw it?
Yeah, he saw it.
Oh, snap.
Shannon and I watched it this weekend.
Cool. I want to say I love it. Randall, what do you think? Off first impression here.
I concur.
You loved it as well, Kelsey. What you thinking?
I thought it was awesome.
Okay, cool. I need to talk to you specifically, Kelsey. The first 4 minutes, I'm like, is this 3D Airbender? Is this because the attire was the water tribe? I'm like, I don't want to watch the show anymore. I want them to remake it in these people need to remake it so I can watch Avatar and Last Airbender. Anyway, but that's just me. I want to say that to you anyway. Yeah, I guess we're saying awesome. I love the story. I love the arc. They didn't waste time. Like, they gave us the first couple minutes. Who is she? Who's her family? The lore was done before even we see the character. Her motivation's there clearly. What her character flaw was in the beginning to what it is in the middle of it, which was not trusting people. It went from to trusting her father's ideals to I don't fucking trust the sand I walk on.
Yeah.
And then back again to the father's ideals. I thought it was a very well paced character arc for that. And even similar to I'm gonna probably talk about the whole thing, but the villain, the chick who betrayed her the first time. She had her own arc. It wasn't as the same as the main character. What's her name?
I don't remember.
I honestly don't remember.
Arani?
Give me a sec.
No. It's Raya Sarani? Arani?
That's the
See.
same. I
Araya?
don't remember anybody's name other than
Namari.
Namari.
Namari was the girl that's her age, you know, that she ended up
Trusting
that
too
she
much.
trusted in the beginning, and then, you know, she got stabbed in the back.
Yeah.
I sniffed that junk out kind of early, man.
The beginning. As soon as I saw them, they're like, no,
Yeah.
those guys are too high fashion to be, you know? And I actually kind of took to heart what she was saying to her dad in the beginning when she was like, she gave a quick overview of each island. And then she's like, oh, they're traitorous people. I'm like, okay, traitors. When I saw them and her, they're standing there, I'm like, they're going to betray them. Go ahead, Kelsey.
So I was like, Tong, the warrior dude.
Yeah.
I was like, his voice sounds so familiar.
Who
but
is
I
it?
Can't place it.
Because I'm there.
Do you have any guesses?
No. But when I heard him, I'm like, I know you. I don't know who you are, but I don't. Who is it?
It's Benedict Wong. It's the guy who plays the librarian in Doctor Strange.
In Doctor Strange. I fucking knew it.
The
guy who
as soon as I was scrolling through and I was like, I fucking knew. I knew who that voice was.
I heard his voice, but I'm like,
he's awesome.
Yeah, he did great. Let's speak about those characters. I loved Tong. He was probably one of my favorite characters. He had a short time on air, but like his backstory was done beautifully. It was quick. It was it's all about framing and everything. Like the camera pans, you see his entire village destroyed, and then pan to the baby crib that he lost his kid. Quick, it hits. We move on. You know, everyone there was losing. Go for it.
The baby and the monkeys are the greatest characters in the fucking show. Okay,
I agree. For me, like those 4 characters were the same as Jack and Incredibles 2.
Yeah. As soon as
you're reaching now, now. Yeah.
The like over the top comedy that Jack brought in Incredibles 2.
But Jack is hilarious.
I'm not saying they're funnier than the other people. They were serving the same purpose. Like they were that type of comedic relief.
Yeah.
As soon as they were like, we were sitting there watching, and she like says that it's a town of crooks and thieves and whatever and conners or whatever, and then like she's like, okay, we're gonna go straight there. And then we're gonna get the thing, and then it pans to the baby, and I'm like, it's gonna be a con. I know it's gonna be a con.
Anthony said it. He was like, "It's a trap. It's a trap."
Kelsey, frame 1. I saw that baby. I'm like, man, it's a trap. I would have kept walking. Fuck that baby.
Yep. Because as soon as I saw her just sitting there by herself, I just turned to Shannon. I was like, she's about to get tricked. It's gonna be a con. Here it comes.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting the monkeys.
Me neither.
Or whatever they were.
Yeah.
But, I thought that they would have like something to do with it. Like I thought they were gonna be the thing that like just comes out and steals from them while she's like trying to help the baby. But I wasn't necessarily expecting the baby to be in on it. But I was like, I bet you somebody is using the baby to be part of the con.
I thought that too. I thought like a human was gonna come and like it was just to lure her into the alleyway, and then like dudes will close each exit or something.
That was what I thought too. Was that that the parents or somebody were gonna use the child to be part of the con, and then it's the fucking monkey things and her. And it was like, it was just great when she like kicks sand in her face and flees, and then them like running around, and she's like,
the slow motion things they do with the kid is fantastic.
Yes.
I think it was backwards too, and she like flicked her off as she's like flying backwards. It was great. The cook was funny. His introduction was great. Like they got into the boat and he was like quickly setting up stuff, trying to sell them food, and I'm like, oh okay, this guy's smooth. He had like the whole sayings like on point. I like that the whole turning the stone thing. It was like their version of the Avengers Snap, which I thought was handled pretty well because they all got frozen and then they come back and it's like nothing, like it's a second later, which I thought was okay. They had their own little snap. Visually, my God, these guys get the environment artists. Every movie just gets better and better. It looks astonishing. Like that's how great the level of detail is in the environments. And it's vibrant. It's not none of this. Oh, it's 2021. It's grim dark. Everything's tinted blue, and it's so dark. Even on the saddest moments, there's still a great color palette on the frame, and it looks great. Oh man, thank God for this movie because we were hitting like what? We're already in March. We needed something like this to get us ready for more and more better, better and better movies.
Yeah,
and this is it.
I don't know that I have anything bad to say about the movie. Like everything was just great.
I loved it.
The voice actors were amazing. The story was great. The pacing was great.
Yes.
Like, normally when they do like where they set it up where it's like, and this happened 500 years ago, and they do a flashback, it's like, okay,
here we go.
Don't really care. No, like this was perfect. It like starts out with her where you see her during the movie, and then she's like, goes back to this is how it all became, and it just you're like, okay, and then it gets into it, and you realize why it is that she's going in the place that she's going. It's just awesome.
The motive is there, the purpose, everything's there. Her freaking animal, what's her name? The animal that rolls. That's obviously made for fucking merchandising, but damn, he's cute.
He is awesome. Like I told Shannon that when we first saw it, I was like, I want to ride a giant roly-poly. I want to ride this thing.
And she makes it so fun because like a transition from her as a kid and using it as like a way to get inside the temple to like 6 years later, and she's zooming on that thing in the desert. I'm like, that's a Mad Max reference or something there. It was cool. I like it. And shout out to the fight scenes. The CQC fight scenes I thought were fantastic. Again, they weren't doing like crazy long fights, but the ones that they showed, I'm like, they're not like quick cuts. They show them the movements, dodges, the parries, the flips. All of it's done like on the frame. I enjoyed the action as well. It was great. What were you gonna say?
So the little guy's name is Tuk Tuk.
Tuk Tuk. Thank you. Okay.
Do you want to know who voices him?
He had lines? He didn't have lines.
I mean, he made noises.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
Alan Tudyk.
That man is... He did the voice Rogue One, the robot.
K2SO?
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, he did...
The tall black one?
The tall black robot. Okay. He does his voice.
I love Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, he's great.
He is amazing.
I mean, he's had quite the career since Firefly, too.
Yeah, he's in so much. Like, he's in Wreck-It Ralph, Moana, Ice Age.
Tudyk has gone.
What voice does he? What voice does he do in Wreck-It Ralph?
That's what I was looking for. I was looking up.
Well, he looks that up. Yeah, Tudyk. He even has his own show. King Candy. Okay.
Oh.
Frozen, Deadpool 2, Zootopia. Like, he's just in.
He's in so much. He's in Doom Patrol as well. He was the villain in the first season. Like he's all over the place. He's very talented. Like Kelsey said earlier, I don't have negative stuff to say about the movie. I just have things to nitpick.
Like what?
Like how did she get through the things again with her in the beginning?
What do you mean?
She walked right into the chamber with the girl, and she had to do more than that the first time. That makes sense?
Well, the first time I think it was it was set up to be a test.
But wouldn't you have that on if you have people from out of other lands coming to you? Right? I don't know. I get that.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that. I was thinking maybe there's like a secret entrance or something, and that most people wouldn't know about. But she did just come up like the stairs and whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was like. That's weird. But again, that's nitpicking stuff. I'm like, okay, we just needed her to get in here. That's fine. And besides that, I thought it was cool. The thing that kind of like, oh, you fuckers. The dunes, it looks like they ripped them right out of Control. Those things are in the game Control, except they're not purple. Which, again, at first I'm like, oh, you bastards. But then I'm like, I like the effect anyway because I played Control and it looks cool. So... yeah, I don't know. I loved it. It's a great film, family film if you want. Even you can watch it by yourself. It's very entertaining. Oh, my one pet peeve was the dragons didn't look that much different from each other. They all looked very like My Little Pony, and I'm like,
you also saying that about some of the characters too.
Yeah, there was Kelsey. You might have watched it because you see shit, with your eyes. So there was parts where I thought they just cloned the models. Where they had the same models on frame. I think the one that stood out to me is the first time when she finds the dragon for the first time, right? And then shoots to Namari, like with her goons. If you watch it again, I have to watch it again as well.
Yeah, they look very similar.
They look like they just copied they just put them there.
I mean, I wouldn't honestly be surprised because like I mean that's a an animation trick 101. Like you want the character that stands out the most to be the center of attention, so you make them look the most different and then basically make everybody else look the exact same. I mean, think about like all the anime and things that you watch. What do all the like generic characters look like? There's some, dark figure with like dark hair, and that's it. And then everybody else is like, oh, that person's pink. Clearly, they're part of the story.
Well, it's different because there's only 5 people on screen, and it's a desert. So those make sense because it's usually cities and stuff. So you need to put fodder in the way. But you're in the desert with your goons. Those goons need to look different. That's just again nitpicks. But I could be making this all up, and they weren't the same people at all. I thought I saw the same 2 people.
So the dragon thing, somebody posted, somebody took a picture of Sisu and was like, she looks like Elsa's persona.
Yes, I believe it. Like it looks like she. I thought that was just a one design, but then when they all were flying around, I'm like, they all just look like My Little Ponies. Like none of them look. When I think dragon, I don't think that. That makes sense.
But you also have to think that I think your version is more of an Americanized version, whereas like if you think about like the Chinese New Year, the dragons are very long, and that's just a different style of dragon.
But they didn't even look like the Chinese ones. That's what I'm getting at. Like the Chinese ones still look like you don't like. They're supposed to look like more like Shenron, correct? Because Shenron's a Chinese traditional one. They don't look like that.
I mean, they had the longer bodies and things. Like they're like Shenron is just. I mean, if you just took her and scaled her up really big and like stretched her out, that'd basically be Shenron. He's just more menacing looking.
Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. Dragons don't look like that. Dragons are, you look at me different, you're burning,
But they're also living in a
I get that. I understand that.
Every dragon's not going to look like Smog, man.
I get that. They're not going to look like Smog. But not all of them should be looking like that. That makes sense? There was no diversity. It was all of them look the same but different color.
But they had different hairstyles.
Randall, don't ever say that to me again.
Horns and things.
Yeah.
None of you say that any of that to me. That's not, no.
That's not enough?
No. Not enough.
Like I get what you're saying, but it's the mindset is that they're friendly, so they're not going to look menacing at all.
What? Tong doesn't look friendly. Was he friendly?
He doesn't? He's something like the Roly thing.
No, that's not. Tong is a big dude from the north.
Tong is the guy from Spike, I think it is.
Spine. I mean, that's the case in point. You don't need to look nice to be nice. You just need to be nice. Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. He doesn't look nice.
True.
Like that's not an excuse for me. Like, if it was just her look like that, cool. All of them look like that. So, again, nitpicking didn't really take me out of the experience or anything. I just they all look the same. That's unfortunate. And none of them had lines. Which I'm like, again, nitpick, but I'm like, I wanted to hear
the brother to talk.
Yeah, like there was a story for each of them. Oh, this one can shapeshift. This one can do that. They went back to where it happened, and there's like the stone. I'm like, oh, these guys are dope. Time came when like they came back, and it's time to talk, and all he did was like, yeah, or winked at him or some shit, and then that's it. I'm like, okay, well, that was a little bit disappointing. Again, nitpicks, because there's nothing wrong with this. You go watch this movie. I mean, that's all I have on it. I think those were all my nitpicks, but again, and they're just nitpicks. Do not cancel me, Twitter. Thank you. I don't know if you guys have anything else to speak on it. I mean, I love this movie. It was really fun, dope, visually rendered. Oh my god, I can't wait to see it. Every time they get better and better. God bless them.
I mean, just look at the difference between
Incredibles 1 and 2.
Yes.
Holy
That's exactly what I was going to say. Was absolutely amazing.
They take place literally a day later in the timeline. But if you watch those movies back to back, you're like, how much time was in between these movies? But sorry, I'm ranting again. Go ahead, Randall. Would you have anything to add?
Nah, everything you guys said I agree with. The animations were great. The story was great. The eye candy was just immaculate. I was actually, I think it was the part when she was talking to her father right after the trial. during that conversation, that's when I was like most impressed because I was like looking at the texture work and the lighting, and I'm like, wow, this looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of my favorite parts about it, and obviously I'm not like, I don't know very much about Asian cultures, but to me it felt like each
Tribe?
city, I guess, or
Okay.
each location they went to was kind of depicting the different parts of, maybe it's just different parts of China. Maybe it's, the different, you have Japan, China, South Korea,
Uh-huh.
or North Korea, all that stuff. Like, it was just really interesting to see the huge differences between all the different areas. Like
Yeah.
you've seen the one where I forget what the con town was. But you've seen that a lot in depicted in Asian culture, where everything's just really bright. There's a bunch of people in the street. They're selling stuff.
Like a merchant store, like a merchant
Yeah,
city.
like like I've been told that about Korean cities and Chinese cities, and it's just, and then you go to like other places like Spine, where it's like dark and dreary, and there's a bunch of mountains. It doesn't really look like it's super inhabitable, which describes like a big portion, I think, of China, where they can't like have farmland and things on it. I just thought it was really interesting to see the different pieces.
I agree. It was that movie was their version of a lot of things. It was their version of the fucking snap for the Avengers. I'm watching Avatar right now, and those fucking islands, you could have just put an element to it. You could have put an element to those. The desert place, that could have been the Earthbenders there.
Well, I can't say that.
You need to watch your fucking mouth.
I am.
So if they redid Avatar,
I want them to do
that,
it. Randall,
would you
I would rewatch it. I would absolutely rewatch it. Even though I'm not finished with it, I know for a fact I would rewatch it. If they redid it in that animation, Randall, day one, I would be there every week to watch it. God, it looks so good.
Could you imagine the water fight between Katara and?
I'm getting wet. Holy shit! And then the earthbending stuff. Nah, bro. Nah. Oh, Kelsey, I almost stopped watching Avatar. And you should know what episode that is. Oh, Brian needs to come back because we're done. We highly recommend Raya and the Last Dragon. It's fucking fantastic. Please go watch it.
Hang on. I gotta let me pull up the episode list because I want to guess this.
Brian.
Adam, are you there, Adam?
Brian, come back.
I need you to come back if you're there.
Fucking Christ. Kelsey, I'm not kidding. I was gonna stop watching. Like, right, I was done. I'm like, no way. I'm not doing this.
So he's in season 2. I'm assuming in the middle of season 2.
Yeah.
And
I almost stopped fucking watching. That's how bad it got. I'm like, no. This is not what we're doing.
Okay. I think I guessed the number.
Okay,
episode
number
16.
What's going on?
Hold on, let me see. No, because we've already reviewed Raya and the Last Dragon, but I kept watching Avatar, and I got to an episode where I almost stopped watching.
Out of anger?
I'd almost stopped watching. We're gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna see if you got the episode correct.
Episode 16 is the only one that I can think of.
Hold on.
Looking at the rest of this, there's hang on. Let me.
No, I'm not even there yet, dude.
No. Shit, you stopped before that. 16. You're probably gonna be really upset.
Oh, okay, cool. It was episode. It's called The Chase.
Episode 8.
Yeah, the way that episode ends, I'm like, I'm done watching this. So, I guess Brian, everyone here seen it, and Randall, you have no idea. You don't fucking care, right?
Not really. No.
Okay.
I've tried watching Avatar.
Okay, so The Chase.
Yeah, Adam had guessed episode 10 or 11.
Close.
To see.
The Chase is episode 8.
What? Let me read. Based on the description of this, I don't really remember this episode off.
Cool. Well, spoilers for Avatar. Let me run you through this, okay? The chase begins with Avatar and the crew, which right now is Aang, Sokka, Katara, and a new member.
Yep. the greatest member of all
And
time.
my dumbass forgot her fucking name already. She's royalty. Toph. Thank you.
Don't you ever fucking forget it.
I almost forgot it because of this episode, because I was done after this, okay? Toph is an earthbender who's fucking badass, but we'll get to that when I review the season entirely. But for this episode, that's who's on the crew. They're trying to get some sleep, but she feels that they're being chased by someone. Granted, it's a huge Fire Nation tank just following them. They try to run away and fly off somewhere. They keep getting followed. And they realize it's because...
I remember this episode now.
What's his name? I'm bad with names. It's shedding.
Falling out. Yeah.
So they keep following. So Aang's like, okay, you guys keep going forward, and I'll divert them by faking where the thing.
Can't he fly?
That's what's happening.
He's flying and dropping his shed, so they keep following it.
Oh.
So he grabs a bunch and lures them. Lures them. I'm bad with words. Lures them away from them, and now the fight happens between Aang and Zuko's sister. Now that fight starts, Zula. That fight now turns into Aang and friends versus Zula. Aang and friends, which is the squad, versus Zula and her friends. Then Aang, friends, and Prince Zuko versus them. And then Iroh comes in.
Yeah.
Now they have her cornered.
Yep.
Squad, right? So she goes, lightning. Up until this point, my boy Iroh has been deflecting lightning. No problem. Looks like his chest doesn't fucking deflect it. So he takes one right dead in the center where his heart is, falls down, not moving anymore. That moment happens. I'm not going to spoil it, obviously, because you want to experience it. Episode ends. Kelsey, I almost asked for a refund at Google Play. Like, I bought this on accident. I got to this episode. I don't want to watch anymore.
So because Iroh died, you were like,
I'm done.
Shit, I'm out.
Oh, he actually died?
Randall,
okay,
if it wasn't for the next episode, I would have... I'm telling you, I was done watching. Spoilers, he does not die. Okay. I didn't want him to die like that. Like, that was... I'm like, you just shoot him once?
Kind of like how Joel died, Anthony?
No, that was different.
That's way different.
Because we had an entire game of history before that. This is a couple episodes with him backstory. Completely different.
I'm gonna just go on record to say this. That is the correct thought process. To be like, nah, bitch. If he's not back in the next episode, we're done. Like, that's it. You know. But
what pissed me off is the next episode started. They didn't pick up after that. Like, I didn't know about his state of being until like halfway through the next episode, and I saw Zuko, and then it showed him come up with bandages. I'm like, you guys just saved yourselves. Because I was gonna call Nickelodeon up and be like, delete everything. Delete this ever existed. Oh my god! But yeah, it's been great. We'll talk about season 2 when I finish it. But that's my rant. I'm almost stopped. There's no way he's dying like that because it didn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Anywho.
Yeah. So I didn't realize that was this early in the season.
But now I know 16 is probably gonna be one that I'm like, Kelsey, what the fuck did you put me through? Great. I'm gonna load that number.
This is what I love about this series. Like, there's so much emotion and growth and character development and character attachment. Like, there's only a couple of characters in here where you're like, just fucking kill them. I don't care. Just get rid of them. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
But like, everything, even characters you don't see that often, have such an impact on the world and the characters and things. You just like, I'm so glad they ran into him.
Oh, speaking of which, I'm not trying to review season 2, and I'm not even halfway through it. I heard the Lord Man's voice. It's fucking Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
The Fire Lord's Mark Hamill's voice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Ozai's Mark Hamill.
I'm like, oh shit. That's fun fact, I guess. I didn't know that until I heard it, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, so you get you get Rufio, and you get Mark Hamill.
Yeah. Okay. And Zuko had a fantastic episode. I'm not reviewing season 2. We're moving on.
If you run real quick, you run into the cabbage guy, right?
The cabbage guy.
By now, he should have already.
Yeah.
You asked me that, I think, last week. Yeah, the guy, when they were running in the merchant store and they blew through his stand. Like, he was crossing the street, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He comes back?
I loved in the first, I think it is in the first season. You know, some random dude has better luck at finding the Avatar than Zuko does, like, the entire fucking season.
Zuko's going through it. He's gone. Talking about, like, relating and attaching to villains, that kid's not a villain to me anymore. That kid's like the Batman of the crew. He just misunderstood. We need to give him some time. He needs love. You know what I'm saying? When he got shot and I heard him, he's like, I think it was, what's her name? Sokka. Katara's like, I can heal him. And he's like, leave us alone. And he hit the craziest fire wave to push him back. I'm like, I feel that. He's looking at his dead fucking dad. Okay? It's not his uncle. That's his fucking dad, you know?
That's his da.
We can't talk about this. We're moving on. We gotta move on. We gotta move on. I haven't finished it. I can't review season 2 yet.
I need you to finish it for next week because, like, seriously, like, every season shit gets real. Okay.
You don't have to tell me. All right. I gotta talk about Toph, because talk about the animation and the fighting. Like,
that's
Toph. Sorry.
So if you forget her name again,
yeah, I'm dead.
I'm gonna be right behind you. You disrespected Kakyoin too much. This is where we're going.
Kakyoin. Green Fist Fang Fu. Oh my god, I love that character. Anywho, yeah, I'm not doing that. So yeah, Ryan the Last Dragon, Brian, get on it. If Plex is still shitting in the bed, I can just get you a way of watching it. Wink, we're moving on. Actually, Brian, since you've been quiet for a while, since, you know, spoilers and stuff, you got your hands on Skullgirl. You got it on DLC, dog.
7 years later.
And then now they're here to.
Was this DLC free?
Yeah.
Season pass. This
Oh.
from
my bad.
This character on, it's part of the season pass. Someone tweeted, by the way, while you guys are talking, I saw on Steam charts, Skullgirls has 1,000+ concurrent players.
Nice. Good job.
It apparently hasn't been that high since 2015.
That's good. Hopefully this is a good resurgence.
I'm fucking saying pussy bitch has host shit. We back.
Brian, all right, yo, okay. Bring it back down, Brian.
Bring it back.
What the hell's going on?
You're playing how's
yeah,
Annie
so
in Skullgirls?
Annie's early access, boom, out, along with patch notes. The change that dramatically changed 2 characters, but talking about Annie here. So boom. I know of her moves because I had her in the mobile game, because she came out in the mobile game first. So in my head I was like, oh, she's just gonna be a Shoto. She's like the Ryu or Ken of Skullgirls.
I'm not in this game
because she's new, but I'm like, I'm only for a bit because she's new, and then I'm gonna try someone else again. I go into the lab, and it's not just that she has Ryu and Ken stuff. She has an air dash, so already feeling like Marvel.
Sorry.
She has a big ass sword. So
how's the reach?
Crazy, very, very big, and a lot of her moves kind of lean forward.
Ooh, that's my kind of character. Like half screen?
No, not half screen.
Oh.
But she has like a sort of bionic arm that goes pretty far. She has like the KOF characters, how they kind of have a projectile that's like a vertical sonic boom instead of like a fireball.
I think I know what you're talking about.
From Tekken, it's like she does that out of her sword.
Okay.
So there's
his thing goes across the ground. That's what he's talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like that. It doesn't come from the ground, but it looks like that, but coming from her sword.
Okay.
The light one is a very small one that doesn't go too far. Medium one goes further and it's bigger. The heavy one is a big ass fucking backwards C that goes flying at you.
Damn.
She has a DP because she's like Ryu and Ken. What else does she have?
With the sword or with her hand?
But she does this, and then as she's going up, you see a galaxy behind her arm.
What the hell?
Her name is Annie of the Stars. So her story is basically, so the gist of it is I don't remember what happens, but her mother made a wish on the skull heart. It made it so that her kid can never age. She wanted her to stay that way, and the way the skull heart works is like a monkey paw.
Yeah. So be careful what you wish for. Thing.
She's essentially immortal because she can't age past that point, but she also can never swear.
And shit!
That was one of the wishes.
That was weird.
So, for her point, because she's immortal, she ends up being like her schoolgirl hunter, while being a TV show actor. She has a kids show, and she does that all while she's missing an eye because she sacrificed it to like a little parasite named Sagan the bunny.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like Leviathan, like squigglies in them, but like a fake one. They have a legit one. This is like an artificial one.
Okay.
So her mixed with not aging, having powers from that, and just naturally just getting good because she hunts schoolgirls. That's why she's fucking crazy.
Gotcha.
Like, ability wise.
Mm-hmm.
So she has fireball. She has a bionic arm. She has a DP. She has a dive kick you can do 3 times by just pressing it like a Rekka. What else does she do? A lot of her stuff is fun. Like
isn't the bionic arm one like a Rekka too? The one that goes forward and it's like a second hit like this.
Yeah, so she bionic arms. If you press it again, she basically does like an Oakland stomp.
Oh, you played her as well?
DP.
I just watched some video of it.
Oh, all these things separately, cool. She's a Shoto, but then you put her into a Skullgirls game, it makes it fucking wild. So she's a heavy punch. It's a sword hit, and if you press it again, she jumps up and hits you again. Because it's a Skullgirls game, you can cancel normal attacks before they even come out, like Kara cancels for people who play fighting games. And I told you she has a dive kick. Now, this dive kick, when you land it, you can cancel out of it with an air dash, or you keep doing more dive kicks, and when you cancel out of an air dash, you can do another move.
Jesus.
So essentially, you're doing fucking Kara cancels, dashing to the point where this game doesn't allow infinites, but I was kind of doing multiple reps of hitting them, canceling that move into the dash, or into the dive kick, canceling that into the dash into a move, hitting him, going up and doing it again. And I was like, I didn't know Ryu and Ken could be fun.
Can you how far can you carry them? Can you carry them to the corner like that? Or do they just go upward?
If you do it from mid-screen, that can get you to the corner.
Oh my god.
Her mix.
How does that work? How does that work with if they're blocking? Can they block the dive kick, dash forward and try to get the other side to switch the flip? Or
wait, can Annie or the person blocking?
The person blocking is you're holding the block, right? He blocks that dive kick, and let's say you dash this way to quick. Like if you have your execution on point, you can dive quick enough where he might still be holding back and he won't flip, so you can still hit him. That makes sense?
Yeah, well, just push block too. You got to keep in mind.
So that's right. Never mind. Yeah, they can push it. Never mind.
But there's I forgot, because if you have an assist, then you're locked in there and you have to guess. She has a move where I'm forgetting what she holds up, but she holds up. I think the bunny Sagan as like she's floating, and you can hold it to float. So it kind of works like the way people would play Storm in Marvel 2. You just see her
going up to the air,
doing bullshit. You can kind of do that. And you can cancel this move into dashes. So you can be like, and then dash into bullshit. She's simple compared to other characters, but all this stuff put together is really fun.
I guess the question is it, before I don't want to cut you off, is it like dumb or is it overpowered, like fun, or is it like it's just viable now?
The beautiful thing about Skullgirls is every character is good and everyone has their own bullshit. Gotcha.
So it doesn't matter. Like she has a counter.
Even though this game is very balanced, everyone has bullshit no one wants to deal with.
Got it. That's good.
More so Big Band and Cerebella and stuff, but everyone has just bullshit that it's fun if you're doing it.
But if you're on the receiving end, you're like, what the fuck? I'm trying to play.
So it's not like GT Goku.
That's what I was asking. Like, is she like, is this a problem for like the whole fucking roster? That's what I was asking.
I don't see that being the
Got
case.
it. Okay.
Her damage is good. Her assists are good. She has good tools, but it's not like.
Well, her
if you
assist,
don't
can't
have her on
you
your team?
put whatever fucking move you want?
Yeah, but like her options for what you can put, they're decent. All this put together, she's really fun. I can see myself playing her until the next character. But the thing that made me like, I don't know, I gotta keep this character. You know how Skullgirl's colors are, a lot of them are references to other things, whether it's another fighting game character or like a movie character.
Yeah, I know where this is going.
She has a color that she looks like Zagreus from Hades.
Oof.
So naturally,
that's a main right there.
For now, yeah, I'm playing her.
Dionysus.
She has another thing that's kind of important. Is do you know what an install is in like fighting game jargon?
That's lingo I do not know.
It's usually some kind of super that you transform. So like it's like a unlock stance. So for whoever's watched me play Dragon Ball and they see
like Gohan.
And you level, you kind of like or Golden Frieza in Dragon Ball.
Or Frank West.
Yeah, or Arthur with his armor.
Yes, okay.
She has one.
What about Golden Frieza?
Golden Frieza, yeah. Frank West. She has one where it basically changes properties in her moves, where all the hits now throw out a star as another, like an added hitbox. A star comes out of everything she does because Annie the stars.
Immediate, or is it something like you can time it? So like, let's say you hit him up in the air and you can team. Okay, immediate.
Because of this,
I thought you could like juggle,
stupid, do crazy stuff with it, and set up resets because Skullgirls is Reset City, Utah.
Oh, I've been there.
When you're doing this, though, the super itself doesn't cost a meter, I think, but it drains yours. So the longer you can be in this.
Interesting.
She has supers that you can do out of this, where there's one where it looks, I don't know if it's a command grab, but you have to be prom distance.
Can you, I'm gonna keep interrupting you. Can you get in and out of that state mid combo?
You have to do one of the supers to get out of it.
Oh fuck! So that'll take up all of your.
If you want, you can put her in that, get her out of there. Now you're a sister buff.
Oh, good, got it. Go ahead. Sorry, I gotta break this down technically. You know what I'm saying? I need to get that now. We don't know the yell.
Or break it down, the yell, or the are you ready?
I think the break it down. I'm gonna get first, definitely. We'll see. Go ahead.
She has one super from that stance that ends it. It costs a bar, and it's like, I'm back to normal. And then she has another one that, again, prom distance. I don't know if it's a command grab or not. She signs a picture of her because she's a celebrity.
Yeah.
And hits you with it. As she hits you with it, she poses. But she doesn't even hit you with it. She signs it, passes it to the bunny, and the bunny hits you with the picture. And while she's like posed, and it does like a stagger state, so you can combo after it. When you do that super, all the meter you have, it drains it for more damage.
Oh shit!
The damage gets fucking absurd with it. And
it does.
After you land it, you can continue a combo afterward.
And can you combo into that?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's insane. That's freeform combos right there to a T. Goodness.
Yeah. I guess she's fun. It made me feel a type of way when I loaded up the beta.
Yeah.
And I saw another character in the character select. I was used to the 14, and I saw that picture, and I was like,
and they're back.
I didn't get physically emoted, but inside I was like, I never thought
more characters.
This would happen.
Yeah.
And it like, I put it in
your friend's Discord?
In your Discord, another friend's Discord of just, I put the Steam number, 1,000 plus concurrent, and I put the gif of the Grinch's heart breaking the mold. Because that's what it felt like. Nice.
So that was when good games get support.
They did patch notes for some characters that completely changed how they play now. And it seems interesting. I won't go into that because no one here plays those characters, and it's a lot of explaining.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with her. I hope they put Black Dahlia in the game. If they do, even if I'm not in a Discord call with you guys, when I see the trailer, you're gonna hear.
We'll hear you.
Kelsey and Randy. Remember when and Mass Effect was shown in the Game Awards.
Yeah.
About the same energy as that.
And Black Dahlia is the one you showed me before with the gun standing up.
Yeah.
Got it. Or she was aiming it or something.
The only negative for Annie is she has a move called Andromeda.
Oh,
that's about it.
that opens wounds.
Yeah.
And yo,
you're gonna show Black Dahlia, I'm gonna yell, and you're still gonna hear fucking Andromeda.
Every time I scroll through Game Pass, that's part of EA Play now, so I see that game and I'm like, should I finish this? And then I'm like, I'm gonna load up Borderlands. Every time I see it, I'm like, what, Borderlands? You didn't like Borderlands 3?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I still love it. So
The gameplay was fun, but the story was literally written by Mad Libs. That's what it felt like.
Well, I don't care.
Mad Lib, and then they voiced it.
I gotta be honest. I never played Borderlands for the story. It was great that Borderlands 2 had a good one or a fun one. That was a perk, a bonus. I play it consistently for the shooting and looting. But that's just me. Okay, so you had fun with it. I'm assuming you're excited to see the next characters now.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean,
Gotcha.
From the
That's
second
good.
they said from the Annie trailer where it showed another silhouette, I didn't until I calmed down. I didn't have pants that fit.
Gotcha. I feel that. I don't. I'm never gonna be that big.
I don't know if it's confirmed or not about you can vote the order, but I don't know when they're gonna show the next character. Annie's officially out, like for consoles and everything outside of early access in May.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe in May, here's Annie also, and Black Dahlia, and then yelling and fucking drama, and then.
What about GT Koku? How are you feeling about GT Koku nowadays?
They nerfed them. They revealed they had a gameplay showcase for SS4 Gogeta, which
how'd it go?
They literally, I don't know who designed them, but I think they did. For anyone who played Ultra Street Fighter 4, where they saw what Elena was. And in my head, they made this character so not fun to play against. So that when the next sequel comes out, everybody's excited it's announced, right? That's what Gogeta looks like. You know how I
don't know what you just said to me.
This character looks like they made him so broken that people are gonna get so excited when a sequel's announced.
Oh,
so
that's bad.
Bullshit.
Oh no.
You know how every character has a air dash?
Yeah.
For whatever reason, he's gonna get 2.
2 air dashes?
Yeah. He has a mechanic where he does some pointing shit, he's talking shit at you. And you see on the side level 1, level 2, level 3. What this does is it levels up the damage of your next super with him per stack of the levels. There's 7 levels.
What the fuck?
This is also his assist, and it gives you a quarter of your meter every time you do it. When you get to level 7 with his level 3, it insta kills anyone.
Anyone in the game?
Every character has 10,000 health. Level 7, level 3 does 19k.
Okay, but wait. Before I'm gonna interrupt you again. Is it easy to get to that point in a regular match and in a high level competitive match?
On paper, again, it's his assist. So if you don't have him on point, he's giving you meter and doing this bullshit. If you have him on point for whatever reason, you could. I don't know how quick it is to recover. It didn't seem like it takes too long. Mid combo, you could probably keep doing these things. And when you get to level 7,
oh my god,
it was to the point where Apology Man is the one that showcases it every time. He was doing every way to skill the combo too much, and then ending it with that, and it would kill. So if you have level 7, you don't have to do anything optimal. You could probably just low 2 medium, 2 medium, whatever, into it, and probably kill.
And this is not up for hey guys, you should fix this before it releases. That's how it's gonna ship.
Likely, yes. So then he has a move. He has a move. Like a DP where he does kind of like Beerus's, but without the projectiles. It's like a circle around him. He's like, get off me, basically, right?
Okay.
So by itself, it's a normal move. Every time you do it, you get a Dragon Ball.
A random one, or
what?
A random Dragon Ball. And you know how this game works, where you have all of them, and
you can res, or you can get more power, or you can get more health.
Yeah, so he gives you Dragon Balls, and you get meter, and I'm assuming him by himself is probably gonna give you a lot of meter.
Is it for real?
He has those two things, 2 dashes. He has a command grab. His Ki Blast kind of tracks. This is his Ki Blast. This is because how cool he is. He does this, and an orb appears. Just and an orb appears. If as long as you're not like this is his body, and they're directly under you or above you, it somewhat tracks.
Dang.
His level 1 super tracks. His level 3, like I mentioned, is a big ass beam, and if he does this 7 times, you fucking die.
So what you're saying is once this character comes out, this game's gonna die.
Most likely. A lot of people are already stopping playing this game because they got to play
Skullgirls.
Guilty Gear.
And Guilty Gear, you're right.
Actual netcode, and they're like, I don't want this.
Guilty Gear's getting a lot of momentum right now. So
whoever's on the fence because of the netcode, and then so this character comes out this week. It comes out the 12th.
Yeah.
Vegeta comes out the 12th. Whoever's on the fence about this game, this is gonna be the one that's like, I'll wait for the next one.
Shit. Well, rest in peace, Dragon Ball Fighters. I enjoyed pressing square and triangle. It was really fun to watch those super animations. The game looked great. And peace be with you in your endeavors. Because I think GG Strife is going to be the new hotness.
Oh, I didn't mention too. No, everyone has 3 assists. One of them, this thing, right?
Uh-huh.
The other one is a move that's kind of like Vegeta or Bardock's. Remember the big ass lariat? But it's more like an uppercut. So it like pops you up a bit. His third one is the move that gives you a Dragon Ball.
That's weird, right? Like they're in these showcases they don't take like comments or anything from the people. Like Apology Man, didn't he what why didn't Apology Man just be like, yo, just bust it?
I'm pretty sure you
probably the same reason that they let Shakira do that sound.
You're right. Again, yo, hold on. Let me hit you with it.
And that's facts.
Okay, you're right. You're absolutely right. Why am I asking these questions? Wow, okay.
I mean, the same thing happens in League of Legends. If Muffins is still here, he'll go off on this. What they do is they go, okay, so we have this new character, and he has 4 passives on his passive, and his Q does 9 things, and his W does 6 things, and has 4 passives. His E has another 6 passives and does 12 more things. And then his ult, depending on which of the other letters you pressed, does another 42 things. Okay?
If you ult, it forces the other team to surrender unanimously.
And then they go, I don't understand why it is that some of our older characters who have passive, a Q, a W, an E, and an ult can't keep up. And everybody goes, it's because they're overpowered as fuck. Why did you release this?
Mm-hmm.
And then Raya goes, I guess we'll just never know.
Here's some more skins.
This is what they do. Yeah, they go, why'd you release it? And they go, Chrono skins.
But yeah, I mean, every single fucking character that they've released that I know of has been the same way. It's like they're overpowered. They're just absolutely ridiculous. You can't even play the character for the first like 2-3 weeks because they're so broken. And people are like, you need to do this, that, and the other thing. And the company goes, okay, we're going to do this instead.
God, dude. I don't know why.
They put Gogeta. So you guys have seen the characters look for Dragon Ball. It's like split into 2 and then the randoms in the middle. They put him right under the random, like in the middle. So I'm assuming the last character that's going to be released for this as well.
Good. I mean, from what you're telling me, that seems like that's what they plan on. Anyhow.
Grand Blue also, they're getting their first gun character. His name is Eustace. So naturally, I'm probably going to reinstall the game.
And her husband Eustace back.
It's like a young anime looking dude, yeah.
But can you get the cashola?
Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm waiting for Adam to message me and be like, I will fucking disown you.
Yeah, like no, I'm with him on that. All right, Kelsey, tell me about Monster Sanctuary. You got some more time on it?
So hold on one second. Muffin says the new League of Legends character has that many abilities, but his ult teleports you, does missing health execute damage, heals you for a portion of their max health, and then you become that character and use their skills.
Yeah, when a character dies,
and then
when a character dies, you go up to an ultimate, now you Shang Tsung it, so you have their abilities now.
Yeah, and his ult resets on kill, so you can ult again while transformed. Seriously, every single character that they've released, every single character that they've released has like 49 passives and 32 skill activations, depending on which order you press things in, or if there's other characters and things in the game. And then they start doing this shit. Like there's another character.
Can they just make a fucking fighting game? They're trying to make a fighting game in a MOBA. Like you want them to do so much shit.
A fighting game, remember?
Well, stop doing League and do their fighting game. Like what do they?
I play it from time to time casually with a friend of mine, and I got a character. They give me a character with 6 guns, so naturally that's who I main now.
Got it.
Each gun has its own skill, and you have ammo. When you run out of ammo, it swaps to the next gun.
Gotcha. All right, Kelsey, come on. We're at almost 3 hours here. What we got?
For Monster Sanctuary.
No, you said you
was the one that originally played it.
You were going to say something before Monster Sanctuary. What was it?
Muffin said, he's also got a true stealth that covers the entire wall.
Oh.
So if you use it on a wall that's 5,000 pixels long, it covers the entire wall.
Oh my god. And they're like, this is fine. Cool.
Yep.
All right, sorry. Monster Sanctuary.
So Brian was the one that originally played it. I played it because, it looked cool.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm going to continue playing it. I thought it was fun. I think it was, I got the double jump boots. I think, the egg thing is really cool. I'm not sure. I don't really feel
it didn't scratch any itch. It didn't. There's no hook. There's nothing. Got it.
Like if you like Pokemon, it's definitely a great game, especially if you like platformers that go along with it, because there's there's puzzles, and then you can there's secret walls. You find all these chests. You fight all these different creatures and whatever. But I don't know. I don't feel like I really progressed that quickly. Like it wasn't like, I'm really excited to get to the new area. I felt like I kind of had to grind to get to the new area.
Oh man.
Or when I got into the new area, I just was so
overwhelmed,
leveled. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that I wasn't getting stuff, because they, like Brian I think mentioned, they have a rating system. And so depending on how many turns it takes you to kill them, and they do it by thirds. So if you have three monsters in your party, each time that one of them fights, that is considered a third of a turn. And so if you if it takes 2 turns and then you kill them on the next attack, that's 2 1/3. Which if you have to go over a certain number of turns, it decreases your score. Depends on how much damage you took, depends on how much damage how many combos and things you did. And there's a lot to it. And the only way to get new eggs, the only way to basically guarantee new eggs is if you get a 5-star rating. You can get eggs to drop from the creatures that you attack. If you get a lower score, it's just really rare. There's quests and things to do, but they don't really. I didn't see a way that they logged it. Apparently I had to go and find, at the very beginning, they give you some story and things, and you have to do something, but you have to go find Old Man Bran or something. And I found him, I talked to him, and I apparently wasn't paying very much attention to the chat, but apparently I had to fight him and then talk to him again and fight him again. but didn't notice that. And so I left and tried to do other stuff. And then when I tried to go to the sanctuary, your wolf thing is like, hey, you need to go talk to Bran and again before you can do anything. And then you literally you can't go anywhere else. So I had to go all the way back to him, to do it. So it was really annoying, not having some sort of quest log or, hey, you should do this type thing.
Gotcha.
Even if it's only for the beginning, because it's technically the tutorial, I guess.
Yeah.
Of you getting you do your own thing to get to him, but it would have been nice to be oh, talk to him again, fight him again, learn more, go do other stuff.
That's weird.
The thing with me in that game was I didn't have an issue being under level because anything I see, I beat the shit out of it. That's just the way of life.
Mm-hmm.
When I play this kind of game, if I see it and it's not a friend, even Fallout, it's how I get lost. I beat the shit out.
And you get some XP.
Over level when I do things.
Right.
The reason I stopped playing and I enjoy the game and recommend it to people, I understood already. I got the picture pretty early. I'm like, okay, I can.
You got the loop, and then you're like, oh.
Yeah, I got it. It was cool, and then I just moved on.
Yeah, I mean it definitely isn't as involved as what Pokemon is with doesn't seem to be anyway with the different cities and things, and having I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun, but it's just not a game that I'm like, oh my god, I want to go back and play this.
Yeah, not lasting.
Yeah, so I played that because it was on the Game Pass and you could play it for free. And then and then I saw Loop Hero and I was like, I really want to try Loop Hero because it does look like fun, and I got hooked on that, so I started playing that instead. And I just don't really have a reason to go back to Monster Sanctuary.
Gotcha.
But I mean, if you like Pokemon and you like platformers, it's definitely a fun game because, like I said, the puzzles are cool. You have to capture certain creatures to unlock different areas of different things because they have these orbs that are triggers to lifting doors and things. And if you don't have the right, it is really cool that you can have the pet follow you around, or one of the monsters follow you around, and different monsters do different things. There's a limited number of things, but if they have a specific element, they will do that element, and it can activate the different orbs that control doors and stuff, or you can have stuff that creates a block so that you can activate switches on the ground, or you have things that can attack walls and bust walls down. But I mean,
so they have stuff. It's just not. There's no hook. The hook isn't there. That level of polish that you're looking for to be like, I'm in there now, is not there.
I feel like it's relying a lot. I feel like it's relying a lot on the story for you to find out what's causing. So there's these special creatures called champions. And it could be any creature, but they're like a boosted version of the creatures. And apparently they're very rare, but lately they've been showing up more and more and more. And I think the goal is to find out eventually what's going on, why are they showing up? And you also have 3 rivals because you have four different monsters to choose from in the very beginning. And there's a blue wolf, a flaming lion, and then a green and a and something else. I don't remember.
A green turtle frog looking thing.
And then I forget what the 4th one is. And you kind of work your way through the world and you meet them, and they kind of act like your rivals, but you don't really do anything with them. They just go, hey, watch a real master at work, and you're like, oh, okay, and then they disappear, and
you can pokey battle people after a certain point, and you beat the shit out of one guy as a tutorial. But I stopped playing long before I started battling more people.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not something that I'm interested in continuing playing. Like I said, it's still a great game. It does have a lot of polish to it, but there's nothing that really sinks its teeth into me where I want to continue, trying to level my characters. And that may just be because I've already done that a ton with, all the different Pokemon games, and I feel like I'm a little more attached to them just because I played them as a child.
Yeah.
But
I like the skill tree system over you're level 30, you can learn this move. I like that more.
Oh,
But the issue I had was that at a certain point, they all feel the same. Like it's like, oh, he's probably the damage dealer. Yep. Oh, this is the mage. Yep.
yeah. The skill tree stuff was really cool. Like, it was definitely an interesting take because some of them had like 3, some had 4, some had like 5 different trees you could go down. You can get more skills, you can get, buffs, you can get, extra base damage or defense or health or whatever. And, I think you have a limited number of points. I'm assuming, if you hit max level for the creature, that's it. They did at least have skill reset items that you could either, I don't know if you could purchase them, but you could at least find them or win them, from a battle.
And then just use that to respec.
Yeah. And then they have it's based off of a mana system where every skill, regardless of level, costs a certain number of mana. And each turn the creature will regain so much mana based on, items that you have equipped, which you can equip a weapon and then 3 supporting items. And then they'll do various things. And if you don't have enough mana to cast whatever your strongest spell level of that is, you get to at least use like a lower version of it. So that I guess that's just to kind of help balance out so that you're not just like, oh, well, we're just going to go down the power of the tree and go, I'm just going to hit it with a level 5. I'm going to hit him with a level 5. But yeah, I mean, eventually it was literally all the same regardless of what I ran into. I had a bird that cast Might. I had my main wolf cast Glory, which I don't remember exactly what that does. And then I had another.
Oh, Glory was the crit chance for the party, I think.
Yes, because my third character had like a bleed attack where it would attack twice or even 3 times, depending on what level it was. And if every crit applied a bleed stack. And so I would, cast that, and then I would literally just go through and just continuously damage, and that was it. And you just kind of wipe the floor with most everything as long as you're at least semi close in level and not taking a bunch of extra damage because they're your counter.
Gotcha. All right. And with that, we'll move on to the news then, boys. Unless I'm missing something, which I am not. So,
Skullcross is still on sale until the 10th.
Okay, there we go. That's excellent. Comes with a second encore, so a bunch of free characters too.
Season pass is $25 right now. It goes up to $35 if you don't buy it quickly enough.
Gotcha.
Buy it quickly enough.
Cool. So, first news item we got on here is Microsoft acquires Bethesda. They've been in the midst of They've been in the midst of acquisition. I think today they took like 2 big steps forward into that acquisition. I don't know when it's going to be final, but Microsoft will be definitely owning Bethesda, which is great for Microsoft. They need more games exclusively on their platform.
Yeah, so the SEC approved it, and then the European. I don't know if there's a different European version. I saw just 2 different articles that talked about what looked like 2 different entities that approved their acquisition of Bethesda, and but yeah, it definitely looks like that they're going to be buying out Bethesda. Nice. What I'm really kind of hoping is, it's sort of what like EA did with who created Titanfall?
Respawn.
What they did with Respawn. They like bought it and just left them the fuck alone.
Yes.
Like what Stadia should have done was just bought game companies and said, "Hey, we own you. You do your own thing, but you make sure you make it for the Stadia as well," and then moved on with life. But
these are facts right there. I was about to hit the Drake facts, but it's too late now.
I mean, like look at what Bungie did. What Bungie did while they were owned by Microsoft. Amazing things because they could be their own studio and do their own thing.
And they came out and said that this acquisition means nothing with what we're just buying them. They do whatever they want to do. They said that. Whether they hold, that's going to be up to them. But they're probably going to. I don't see them going, haha, no, you have to make only Xbox exclusives now.
Yeah.
I doubt that would be the
Spencer,
thing.
I can trust him and his fucking wet ass lips.
I mean, he's been doing wonders for the platform since he started, so God bless him. Marvel's Avengers slow leveling rate with the Hawkeye release.
I think this is stupid.
They actually came up with an update today with that, and with more information on what they're doing.
Okay, I haven't seen that. I just saw this, and I thought it was a little.
No, it's still a bit. No, hold on. We're still like, what the fuck are you doing? Because so they're slowing the leveling. Yeah, the reason doesn't make sense to me. They're slowing down the higher levels, and speeding up the lower levels.
Yeah, I mean so games do that. Like World of Warcraft does that, but that's because you have like 110 levels to get through. I think there's only 50 levels in this, so it really doesn't make too much sense.
The reasoning behind it was a lot of players, when they level like 2 or 3 times in a mission, get overwhelmed with all their skill points.
I don't know of any person or player that's like, I really want to level slower so that I can take more time to think about what I'm going to put my points in. No, bitch. If I have points, I'm going to look at this and go, either I already know, I'm following a guide, and they're telling me, or I'm just going to put points in that I like. You know.
Here's the part that makes that stupid. When you reach max level, you have a point in everything available.
Then there's no reason whatsoever. Like,
yeah.
There's no builds for this game. Unless it's gear based. Like you can make different builds by gear. But the leveling system is, now you can just do everything the character can do. It's just attacks that they're hidden behind leveling.
Then this doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like what's the point in slowing down leveling? Let people just hit the cap and then go do other stuff.
And go do the end game stuff. They need to be focusing on end game. The ride to max is fine. Me and Brian have done it a couple. No, Brian's actually hit max, but just playing the game casually is fine. It's once they're done with the story mode, fuck the game, because at that point the grind is already too slow. Like it takes too long, because there's nothing exciting happening. You're repeating the same missions over and over.
The pace, I think the pace is before they're doing whatever bullshit, is good that you can level up that quickly for characters that you're trying to just to fill out your party, because I've already maxed out 3 people, I think.
Okay.
And it being this quick is good because I can just get that closer to be able to do endgame content by myself.
Mm-hmm. Now
they're slowing that shit down, so now it's kind of like, I want to get this guy 20, but I want to do new shit. I don't have a full party. Hey, come do this. I don't know if that's their way of like encouraging other people to play with you, but their reasoning is just dumb. Unless they implement like a badass system or something like that after, and that's why they're slowing it down or something. I don't know.
If they had like a prestige system, maybe, but
they don't have that.
It doesn't make any sense. Like even then, even if you didn't get all of your points, if they have a way to reset it, like most games do, it doesn't matter. Like you put points into, you do whatever you want, and then you go, I want to change it, and then you change it.
Right now, you can just max everything. The only thing you have to change is some of the specializations. On the last tab, you can tweak what your abilities do. Like some of them will be like, you can heal your party for more, or you'll get more of the cosmic orbs or whatever the shit, so you can do your super later. Like it's minimal things. And then on the same update, they said, in the same update, they released that our goal is to have the user max out their character in 3 to 5 hours. What?
Why that specific number?
I don't know. That's if you go to my Discord on the news section, that's what's on there. They wanted 3 to 5 hours. I'm like, what? Don't put it. Bam, what?
That's one of the things I really hated about Destiny 2 is that they forced you to be a certain level to like continue the story and things. So you had to go out and like level and whatever.
Yeah.
In order to continue, and it's like, why? Just let me fucking play through the story and then start grinding the end game.
Or just have it an option. Borderlands exists. In Borderlands, you can beeline the story, and then all those side missions, you can do it. And if you hated the story, you can just be like, fuck those side missions, I'm done. Borderlands exists. There's a template. Use it.
Diablo exists.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm giving too much credit to Borderlands here. Diablo exists. Play it.
Like the Diablo 3 is what they should have used because this game's pretty simple. They should have used the whole RPG side like this. You level quick as fuck. They have a mode where you can skip the story and just do fucking content.
Yeah, I think it was the adventure mode. No, or arcade mode or whatever the hell it is.
Story. It was I don't remember. But yeah, the goal is in any game RPG.
Looters, anyway.
Yeah, in looters, the higher level shit's almost always more entertaining.
Yeah,
like the leveling is fun because blink. Oh, I can do more things.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you get all the you get bragging rights because then you get better gear, and then like, oh, you only have that. I got Ralph on, you know.
But then for me the fun thing about Endgame is like where I'm at in Borderlands 3 is now making builds. It's like what can I do to just decimate everyone, you know? What is the way to break this? Anyway. So I mean like Godspeed, we'll see what
do.
Go ahead.
I wanted the abilities to be like I wanted more abilities and I wanted to be like Diablo because this Diablo 3 because this game's basic where each move has like 5 sets of runes that change the properties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It doesn't. Like I didn't know that you got everything, and that makes it make even less sense. Like, most people want to play for the end game because that's where all the extra content is. That's where all the new content is. I mean, if you're having to like play through it multiple times for each character, like that's one of the things I really hate in Path of Exile. I hate the story. It takes fucking forever, and I just don't give a fuck about it. I want to play maps. I want to do all the end game content. There's already a shit ton of stuff to do. I don't give a fuck about the story.
No, for this, and to their credit, you play the story, and after that, you're free to just replay the levels and the maps and do those missions, like assignments and stuff. You don't have to worry about doing the story again. That's just for your own, if you want to just experience the cutscenes again. But they let you just grind it out.
The annoying thing is, let's say you're playing by yourself and it's a party of 4, so you have you and 3 bots. Only the character you're playing has levels.
Yep.
You can only get one character at max per play.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
Makes sense.
They're like, hey Anthony, we hear you about what you wanted Borderlands to do, but we're not gonna level them. They'll just be there to do things. Just fucking do it right, dude.
And you can't even command them.
Nope. They just sit there, and if they're lower level, they'll just die over and over again.
I've had a bot watch me die. I don't know what I did to Thor. I don't know what I did to Thor, but he was out there fighting something, and when you're down, it says something. He ran right outside my circle and did this. And then I died.
Goodness. All right. Well, hopefully that's sorted out, but
I don't want this game to die because it has potential, but they're just making all the wrong fucking decisions.
Well, it happens. Series X controllers are malfunctioning. I heard about this. I don't know what is it, a button thing or is it like a drift issue like the Nintendo Switch?
I'm trying to remember. Hang on.
Because I have mine sitting. I don't use the Series X controller because my ones I have currently work still, so I just have it off to the side there.
Yeah, so the is the biggest thing.
Oh wow, it's also drifting. Crazy. Got to be a link, right? Like there's got to be. Say again.
Well, there were people talking about how like buttons just don't work. Like you push the button and it no longer does anything.
Oh wow.
There have been a couple of complaints, but I think the biggest thing is the stick drift. Nintendo's under fire for it.
Yeah.
The
Joy-Cons.
Sony's under fire for it. I think still for the PS4 controllers. And now Microsoft's having the problem. Like,
there's got to be a pattern here. Who are they using to make these controllers, dude? Well, I mean, I haven't experienced it because I'm not using the controller, so hopefully it doesn't creep up on me and I have it. But that sucks. I hope they get it fixed for free.
Yeah.
Because if that's not the case, bro, sue them.
Oh yeah, there's a I think there is a lawsuit. Never mind. So the lawsuits are only Nintendo and Sony. Microsoft is already like trying to fix it. Like they've already like released, some information and talking about how they're looking into it, they're trying to fix it, and I think they're going to, repair it for free. Where you
Gotcha.
either they'll just send you a new controller, or you send the controller in, and then they'll fix it and send it back, or something.
Gotcha.
But I mean, they're at least on top of the game. Nintendo kind of tried to ignore it for a while, and I think Sony
Yeah.
did too.
I don't know about
So
Sony, but Nintendo definitely did, because it was happening last year during the quarantine, and it was weeks and weeks go by, and they didn't. I don't think they addressed it.
Yeah, Nintendo, and people were like at a press conference and be like, "So what are you guys gonna do about all the Joy-Con stuff?" So we've got these really awesome games that are
Please buy more Zelda.
but whatsoever.
Yeah. And last thing on here, Torchlight 3 developer gets acquired by Zynga. This makes me anxious. Isn't Zynga the ones that do a bunch of microtransaction stuff?
Yes,
Oh my god.
Zynga was originally like a Flash games developer.
Oh
I believe
no.
do all sorts of stuff now.
Okay.
They're a huge company.
Well, I hope they buy it and just leave them alone. Because if they start injecting a bunch of microtransaction stuff, please no.
Apparently, I didn't know this. Apparently, Epic Games purchased the Fall Guys developer.
Yes,
Yeah.
that happened, I think, last week.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know that. Didn't realize that.
They said they're going to help them enable like crossplay and some other stuff.
Yes.
I forgot what else they were doing.
So
actual profiles and things.
Yeah.
according to Zynga, the developer will begin work on a cross-platform RPG, and that's really all that we know about it.
Well, then that means the Torchlight people are going to make it. And they're just going to add the crossplay stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Torchlight 3 already dead?
I mean, it's been out for what? A year now?
Last
Maybe.
year.
Yeah, but that was like summer of last year.
It was like late last year, I think. Let me see.
Torchlight 3
Yeah.
was
June
released
13th.
I told you, like summer last year. So, I mean, it's been a few months. It's just that it doesn't have it's a third game, and it had development woes, so like, people weren't like attached to it. So, anywho, I mean, I hope that's good. They got acquired. That means they got some cash flowing through. I just hope that.
Yeah, but it's always scary when any company acquires, another company, because that, now that company has total control over what happens
with whatever game. Yeah.
and like we've seen what EA does with companies. And you never want to see like a company that is doing fairly well or that makes, good games just get gutted and thrown out.
Oh man. Well, best of luck to them. Hopefully this is a good thing and we get a cool ass action RPG after this. It's cross-platform. And that's it, peeps. Notable releases this week. I didn't see much besides music. Rob Zombie. I think you guys listen to Rob Zombie, right? He's got a new album coming out. Well, then check him out on Friday. The album's called The Lunar Injection Kool-Aid Eclipse Conspiracy. I am not kidding. That's the name of the album. And then for free games this week, if you're watching this live with us, War Game Red Dragon's free on Epic Game Store, and Surviving Mars will be free on Thursday on the Epic Game Store. Boys, what are y'all doing this week? Randall, what you doing?
Damn still.
Playing some more Miles Morales?
Probably.
Ooh.
Work, gym, Miles Morales, well, games in general. Some more art.
Okay. Lit. Kelsey, what you doing this week?
Probably gonna continue playing Loop Hero.
Yes. You gonna stream it?
I want to. I just haven't had time to like sit down and do the stream, or it's like already so late. I don't want to turn it on at 9:30,
like at 11 or something. Yeah.
I
get that.
Like with the workout schedule and things, I usually Monday I can't because we're here. Tuesday, I don't get home until 8:45 and almost 9 o'clock, and then by the time I get showered and whatever, it's after 9:30, and I'm like, there's no real point in streaming for an hour and a half or so.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesdays are date night. Thursday, they moved the time back on the classes, so I don't get home until after 8. And then, if I'm lucky, I'd get on by 9. And then Fridays, I don't know. I could probably stream on Fridays. But
Cool.
I'm kind of burnt out from Path of Exile. Like, I still jump on and help Adam and things whenever we need. I spent a ton of time, a ton of money crafting like this amazing shield that
Yeah.
would like give me all this extra damage and whatever. And I really want to flip my character over to using energy shield instead of health because I play a Spectre build and I have 5 Spectres and I would literally triple the damage of each Spectre. So I would just be able to blast through content.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like, I
Nope.
finally got 36 challenges completed of the 40 and got the all of the microtrans the fuck. So you get to do challenges and then they have some MTX, which is just microtransactions for cosmetics. That they give away for the league, and after 36 you get all 3 of them. And
Yeah.
I finally was able to complete 36 of them, and I'm just like, I don't really have any reason to play anymore.
Gotcha. So it's like wait till next season or something, or the next expansion.
Like I want to keep playing because there's still a lot of other stuff that I can do, especially if I can get my character to use the new equipment. But I'm just like,
It's
I want
burnout.
really hand, and I'm just kind of wanting to not play this. But I've also been getting really bored with just games in general and the computer, and that's probably because you spend all day on the computer coding, and then you come home and you spend all day on the computer playing games, and I'm like, I kind of want to do something else.
Gotcha.
I mean, you can venture into our fighting games. You have Skullgirls Second Encore now.
Yep, $10 on Steam.
Here you have it.
I already have Skullgirls, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Venture into fighting games.
All right. Brian.
The
hell are you doing this week?
Wednesday probably, and then
Oh, did he ever respond to me? I asked him
I
if
don't
he's
know.
available. He did. Let me see. Yeah, he's available. So Borderlands 3 Wednesday.
Borderlands 3 Wednesday. Thursday, I don't know if I'm gonna stream. I might just do meetings. But if I stream, most likely some Skullgirls or Valorant.
You diamond yet?
No, I did my placements. I placed Iron because I'm dog shit.
That could have, Brian, I don't know what the placements are. You could have said Iron, and I would be like, that's probably the best.
No, that's the low. I got the high and the lowest one. So it's like Iron 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. I got like Iron 3 or something. So I'm dog shit.
Oh. I mean, don't say that.
It's what the truth is, mate. It's my Tom Hardy impression.
Okay, sure. I believe it.
I keep wanting to stream on weekends, but then I always find something I'd rather do.
Oh, okay.
So maybe I'll stream on the weekend, low chance, but Wednesday for sure, Thursday maybe, Friday no, weekend we'll see.
Okay. I will be doing the following. Tuesday. Let's see. I guess tomorrow will be a good time to start my Little Nightmares playthrough. So, been having that. So I'm gonna start playing the Little Nightmares 2.
What time are you starting?
Whenever I get home. So, anywhere from like 6:45 to 8, because I gotta eat and then shower. So, and if I have to,
So,
yeah, sometimes I gotta tug one. So I don't like not showering after.
gotcha.
I feel dirty. You get me, or what was going on?
Oh, I got you.
Okay, cool. So we'll see. So Little Nightmares on tomorrow. Then we got Borderlands 3 Wednesday, and then Thursday. Good question. I don't even know Thursday. Thursday we'll see. Maybe some more Little Nightmares, or I'll probably try something else. So, I mean, Thursday has become. Do I even have that installed? I don't have it installed. I can install it. It's only like a couple of gigs, right?
7 terabytes.
Okay, so I can't play Skullgirls then. We'll see. And then for the weekend, I don't have anything planned for that. So,
By the way, you may have to make some room for Loop Hero It's like 133 megabytes.
Fucking, I gotta go on and install
I can
Windows.
I can rent a server.
Yeah,
That's fine.
this is why cloud gaming exists, because all that storage I don't have. Okay, xCloud, help me. All right. 138 megs. I mean, I imagine I've seen a bit of the gameplay, so I'm like, I don't think maybe the audio, if there was like a lot of audio, it would be a little higher. But over in the chat says I haven't touched a single game since the 1st of March. Need to find my gaming mood. Your gaming mood again? Sounds like you're right there with Kelsey then.
Cobra for $9.99. Skullgirl Second Encore. You get all the characters. You get all the
He doesn't
tutorials,
play.
You get his voice. Yeah, but he also didn't play roguelikes, and I said play Hades, and look what happened.
But that's different. That's like progression. There's stats. Like fighting game, there's no stats. It's you hit square and triangle. That's it.
How much damage you do per combo? How much meter can you build per combo? How many W's you got? No fighting games from me. You're
Told you
yourself have a good time, Cobra. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, and that's all I got planned for the week. We still have Immortals going up on the YouTube channel. Our Borderlands playthrough is going up on the channel. Some Black Ops Cold War Zombies have been going up on the channel. I do need to record some more stuff because I'm running out of content on the YouTube channel, so that's why Little Nightmares is happening. That's it.
Oh, question for you.
Me?
What are some good story-driven games? Or just like a friend of I know that. A friend of mine really likes The Last of Us 2.
Mm-hmm.
She said it was like one of her favorites, and she likes Valhalla. Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah.
I told her she should check out, I think it's Limbo.
Yes,
Limbo was a good story-driven game.
But it's like vague story, like Limbo and Inside, made by the same people. It's just atmospheric, and it's like good puzzles and stuff. Life is Strange. Okay. Cobra says Life is Strange. Valiant Hearts.
Walking Dead.
Oh, the Telltale series is all literally story. So play Wolf Among Us, The Walking Dead season 1.
She could stop there.
No, that's not true. There's a bunch. Valiant Hearts is definitely Valiant. Every time I hear Valiant Hearts, I'm like, damn, I'm a old ass fucking content man. That's one of the first things I have on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
That game was really good.
Have you guys ever played Let It Flow?
I have not. I think that's a new game though.
Ozzy said it's free on Steam apparently.
There's another one by the same people. I think it's called Tell Me Why is out as well. That's a story-based game. Like how much control, like how much action does she want to do in the game?
I mean,
because she played like Valhalla and Last of Us Part 2, they have action in it.
Right.
So like Telltale games they have some, but most of it's QTEs and like you pick dialogue.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to ask her. I was just looking for some games to recommend to her.
We got it, bro.
If she likes RPGs.
Oh my god.
You got the Mass Effect series.
Okay.
You got Dragon Age series. The second one, if she doesn't want to play, she can watch the story. Witcher 2 and 3. You got fucking what else? Spidey's for God of War. She has a console.
You know what's a really good story? The Messenger. Okay? Tell her to load up.
Oh, fuck what Anthony said. Transistor and Bastion. Great story.
Oh, Bastion's a really good one.
Yeah.
So is
Hades.
Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, Cobra mentioned
about that one.
Cobra mentioned Detroit Become Human. I didn't say it. But Cobra's favorite is Life is Strange. Yeah, Life is Strange was very good too. So I highly recommend Life is Strange.
I had to stop playing that because it got too stressful.
But that's how good it is. Because it's like you attach to the characters and you're like, oh fuck. Okay.
There's a game with a story that's never really told, kind of like Limbo, called Grease. That's a very beautiful game.
Oh, and if she has any other questions, make sure to tell her to go to twitch.tv/splitscreenlosers on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern, because that's when this fucking thing gets live recorded. And we review games. So
tell her for $9.99 there's a story mode for Skullgirl.
All right. Yeah, we got it. We got it, Brian. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week for more craziness. Outlandish shit, you know? And mostly reviews about whatever and then ranting, because that's what we do.
I'm going to shit myself live on cam.
Is it with Randall?
Yeah.
Y'all fucking gross. All right, thank you guys for watching. Bye.